Hello! Hello and welcome! Welcome to the third night of the Democratic National Convention. My name is Mindy Kaling. Thank you. For those of you who don't know me, I am an incredibly famous Gen Z actress who you might recognize from The Office. Thank you, The Mindy Project. Or as the woman who courageously outed Kamala Harris as Indian in an Instagram cooking video. Yes, you're welcome.
So very nice. We'll be getting ready. Smoking some. You guys can't hear.
Please
can
welcome 2024 Democratic National Convention
Can you hear
Permanent
the,
Chair
can someone comment
Mignon
and let me know if
Moore
they can hear?
and Convention Co-Chair
It's,
Representative
DNC.
Veronica Escobar.
Hello, fellow Democrats. For the final season of the convention, I am more than pleased to pass the gavel to co-chair Representative Veronica Escobar.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The fourth season of the 49th Quadrennial National Convention of the Democratic Party will now come to order.
I'm working on this.
Please stand if you are able for this evening's invocation offered by American Federation of Government Employees National President Dr. Everett Kelly and Imam Muhammad Abdul Alim.
1 second. Having some difficulty. All right.
Let us pray. Eternal God, our Father, creator of the universe, help us. Help us to rise together in unity and love. The work
Here we
ahead
go.
is monumental. We must heed our call to feed the hungry, heal the sick, and comfort all who suffer. We must conquer fear, injustice, and despair. Our great democracy's foundation is our knowledge that all are equal in God's eyes, that righteous truth, your gift of freedom and equality, are being questioned once again. They're what our forefathers and mothers fought and died for. They died on battlefields, in factories, on farms and picket lines. They died in chains. They died for a better world. Beloved Creator, all this tonight, our democracy is now on the line. In the months that remain, guide Vice President Harris and Governor Walz with your wisdom and your thoughts. Eternal One, hear our prayer. Set our hearts afire that we may never weary in doing with your will in the pursuit of justice. In your Son's name, amen.
Our merciful benefactor, the Creator Redeemer, who opens the way to us to have a good conscience and life. Grant that we continue
All right, what's
as a
what's going
nation
on with this?
out of
Is this
many
Africa
one,
or
a people of faith, taking pride in caring for our common humanity. Let us pray that this great nation inspire nations to advance social and economic progress. Oh God, make us among those who seek justice for all. Oh God, help us stand with humanity against hate. Oh God, bless us to approach each day with a feeling of gratitude and remembrance of you. Bless our homes and our schools. Bless us to never be without hope. Bless us in every decision, endeavor, and undertaking. Bless the efforts of the presidency to secure more opportunities for all in our great society. And finally, bless Americans to cherish our freedom and noble essence. Amen.
Amen.
Please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Illinois State Police Honor Guard.
Detail, attention. Carry, colors. Forward, march. Left.
Hmm.
Left.
Okay.
Left. 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 Colors. Colors turn.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Luna Mehring, 6th grader from Oakland, California.
Here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Coasters. Left. 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 Left.
She's a fighter for the American people, committed to our values, our hopes, our dreams, bringing joy back across our nation.
It's about damn time. Turn up the music. Turn down the lights.
Where did this strength and passion come from?
Excuse me.
In this daughter of middle-class Oakland. Well, it started with her parents, her mother, a South Asian scientist, and her father, a Black economist. They took her to civil rights
South Asian scientist
and inspired her to pursue her dreams. After her parents divorced, she and her sister,
I didn't see that OAN report.
Friends and neighbors, attending Sunday school at the 23rd Avenue Church.
We grew up in this wonderful, loving, supportive environment.
My mother was very well aware that she was raising 2 Black girls to be 2 Black women.
Her mother saved up for 10 years to buy their first home and shared with Kamala the words and wisdom that remain her North Star to this day.
They got this team with Morgan Freeman.
Things that matter, and don't be limited by what has always been.
And then came a moment that changed Kamala Harris's destiny, that lit the fire within.
When I was in high school, I had a best friend who I learned was being molested by her father.
This particular day, she was like, hey, you really, really are not yourself. There's something going on.
I said to her as soon as she told me, well, you have to come stay with us.
As you get older, you really, really reflect on how pivotal that intervention was at that crucial point of my life.
A big part of the reason I wanted to be a prosecutor was to protect people like her.
And on her first day in court, she rose from her chair at the prosecutor's desk and said, Kamala Harris for the people. As a prosecutor, she put violent criminals and sexual predators in prison, leading to the highest conviction rate for serious and violent crime in 15 years, and created Back on Track, a program for first-time low-level drug offenders that became a national model.
About, yeah, you did commit a crime, accept it, own up to it, and then let's talk about what we can do to change the circumstances going forward.
Lowering recidivism rates for nonviolent offenders from 54% to 10%, giving people the training they needed to find a job after their sentence.
I remember being so struck by having a district attorney who cared both about justice, about safety and accountability, but figuring out how to stop that crime from happening again.
As California's Attorney General, she targeted transnational gangs and drug cartels, seized 10,000 kilos of cocaine and 12,000 pounds of methamphetamine, went after drug traffickers, and took 12,000 illegal guns off the streets.
The new foreclosure crisis threatens to freeze up.
She took on the nation's 5 largest mortgage banks that were stealing from homeowners.
Prosecutors claim they've duped desperate homeowners into paying thousands of dollars to get them out of foreclosure.
She played hardball and delivered a landmark $20 billion settlement.
This represents one of the largest dollar amounts to come to California.
Bro, they're about to start up. Gotta make me fall asleep already.
The people of California
Timu Morgan Freeman is so boring, bro. Like, come on, bro. This ain't doing it. Timu Morgan.
For taking on the tough fights on the Judiciary and Intelligence Committees.
Kamala hit the ground.
The man telling all these lies.
Off easily.
The man telling all the lies of Timu Morgan Freeman.
I wouldn't.
Yes or no?
And if an argument didn't hold water, she could spot that flaw and get at it.
I do want you to be honest.
I'm not able to be rushed this fast. It makes me nervous.
They played this 4 nights in a row.
For his vice president.
I wanted someone who was strong and who was ready to be president on day one.
As vice president, she worked to cap insulin costs for seniors at $35, to replace lead pipes and provide clean water for communities, and she helped create 16 million jobs.
The Biden-Harris bipartisan infrastructure bill has already created thousands of jobs for our members. That is what the future looks like under a president, Kamala Harris.
They're trying to sell her to us. That's how you know the campaign is a failure, that we're at the DNC and they're trying to sell a candidate. Typically, this would have already been done. They're having to do everything outside of order. The YouTube chat is funner.
Shoulder to shoulder with our allies and stood up to dictators, helping to unite NATO behind Ukraine and impose punishing costs on Russia. She's led the fight for reproductive freedom.
We have worked too hard and fought too long to see our daughters grow up in a world with fewer rights than our mothers.
The first vice president to visit an abortion clinic, she built a nationwide grassroots movement to ensure that access to abortion, IVF, and birth control will always be protected. In the halls of power, she's a tough prosecutor, an effective policymaker, a powerful leader. And at home, she's the center of her family.
I'm not giving up.
She's the best godmother, auntie. She's honest, she's loving, incredibly reliable. She's one of the most loyal people you'll ever meet.
That is why I believe she is so prepared to be our next president. This love she has for her family, being there for all of us. That's how she will lead this country, being there for everyone.
She's a proud graduate of Harvard University.
Hey, you know.
Her campaign is a force of nature,
How long
generating the excitement we've all been.
How long does this commercial have to be?
Joy of love, of
They are giving us a mini documentary, bro. This is unreal, dog.
Next president, because you know there's too much on the line to stay on the sidelines.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Thank you for bringing back the joy.
Sometimes people will open the door for you and leave it open. Sometimes they won't. And then you need to kick that door down.
We are not going back.
Yeah, we're not. That's the perfect quote. We're not going back is the perfect quote. We're not going back to that BS. We already had you. We already had Joe. We're not going back.
A leader for tomorrow, committed to healing our country.
Yes, I agree with Marie. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. We can grow the chat and have more jokes.
Someone who truly understands the struggles of everyday Americans, forged by the challenges of the past, ready for any challenge that may arise. Now is the time, America. The joy is back, the pride is back, the hope is back.
Wow. Bienvenidos todos to the final night of the Democratic National Convention. We have so much in store for all of you tonight, including a special rendition of our national anthem by our favorite country music rabble-rousers, the Chicks. And I just want to say, this week, our energy, hope, and joy have inspired the nation. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has been a small man, speaking in small venues, talking about small ideas. Our ideas, our vision for America brings us together. Our vision for America embraces every community and everyone. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are working hard because they know our country is great. They know that we can build a future for all of us, and they're earning our votes by laying out a plan that puts the American dream not just within reach, but so we can fully grasp it. By making sure going to the grocery store doesn't break the bank, that we have control over our bodies, that our kids like my own kids, Christian and Eloisa, have opportunities to lead healthy and happy lives. We'll get to know Kamala a little more, and I promise you, you will not only be more inspired, but also ready to fight for a new way forward. And to keep us pumped for this journey, Chicago's very own DJ Metro. Over to you.
Chicago, how's everybody feeling out there today? Welcome to night 4 of the Democratic National Convention. I know you all are having so much fun out there. Is that correct? Well, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to make sure that the fun continues right here, right now, the only way that I know how. The Chicago way, baby. Y'all ready? Let's go. Thank you. Everybody hands up, hands up. One time, everybody, hands up in the air, let's go. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Please welcome National Education Association President Becky Pringle and American Federation of Teachers President Randy Weingarten.
I am Becky Pringle, President of the largest labor union in this country, the National Education Association. As an 8th grade science teacher for over 30 years, I can tell you that Kamala Harris and teacher Tim Walz understand when our public schools are strong, our nation is strong. They know expanding free school meals, investing in healthcare, and keeping our communities and our schools safe creates opportunity for everyone. They will strengthen our schools, support our educators, and help our students live into their brilliance. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are not just wrong, they're dangerous. It's all right there in Project 2025. They will shut down the Department of Education, end Head Start, and make educators pay a higher percentage in taxes than billionaires.
Bro, can she stop? They literally have billionaires. I don't get this. They have so many rich people on their squad.
Are coming together to say, not on our watch. Not on our watch. So we will organize and we will mobilize and we will win all the things. So come this January, we will have a president who sees us, who believes in us, and who knows the beauty and the power of this diverse democracy. And her name is Kamala Harris.
I'm Randy Weingarten, the president of the AFT and a public school teacher. One of my first lessons I taught my students was about the social contract, how both individual freedoms and mutual responsibility are essential in our democracy. This covenant underlies our commitment to public schools, where educators prepare students to spark innovations, steward the environment, create our arts, and shape our democracy. Now, one of the first lessons my students taught me was you gotta walk the walk. That means Donald Trump and J.D. Vance can't claim they're pro-child while gutting funding for public schools. That means that being pro-family means we support access to good union jobs, affordable housing, healthcare, and higher education. That's what Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are fighting for, and we are all in. They've spent their lives making the promise of America real in the classroom and the courtroom. America, with Kamala Harris as our president, our best days are ahead.
Please welcome California Senator Alex Padilla.
Good evening, Democrats.
They gotta stop this.
Buenas noches, demócratas.
Got to get that pandering
My
out.
name is Alex Padilla, and I am so proud to represent the great state of California in the United States Senate. But the titles I'm most proud of are husband to my beautiful wife, Angela, and father to 3 young gentlemen. You know, as a father, when we talk about the future of our country, it's not just hypothetical. For me, it is very real. Every day I go to work in Washington, I think about my kids and the future we're building for their generation. And to show you how Kamala Harris will treat America's kids as president, I'll tell you how she treats mine. Because whenever she sees Roman, Alejandro, and Diego, she greets them with kindness and respect, literally meeting them on their level, to speak to them and to listen. And every fight that Kamala and I have taken on together has been about making life better for this generation and the next. As a state senator, I stood with then Attorney General Harris as she took on the big banks to keep kids and their families in their homes. As California's Secretary of State, I knew her as a fearless United States Senator and my partner in defending our sacred right to vote. That's right. And when Kamala became vice president, I was honored to fill her seat. But I knew that I had some big Chuck Taylors to fill. But I was proud to carry on legislation that she championed to protect workers, to safeguard public lands, to provide kids with more access to quality education. You see, Kamala and I believe that all of our kids deserve a shot at the American dream. It's the American dream, after all, that brought my parents to the United States decades ago. Es cierto. Mis padres, Santos y Guadalupe Padilla, vinieron a los Estados Unidos en busca del sueño americano. But today, we know that the dream is out of reach for far too many families. So my question for all of you tonight is this. This November, who's ready to defend the dream? ¿Quién está listo a defender el sueño americano? Tim Walz is ready to defend the dream. Kamala Harris will defend the dream. And between now and Election Day, each of us must defend the dream too, by working to elect them as Vice President and President of the United States of America. So I want to thank you. May
Yes,
God
please.
bless you. Now let's go win this thing.
Jimmy Kimmel. We got off-brand. It's Attack of the Clones again, everyone.
For families across our nation, the American dream starts at the same place, the place we call home. A home is more than 4 walls and a roof. It's the foundation of everything we hope for, the bedrock from which we build our own American dreams and write our own American stories. To share Kamala's vision to give more Americans a place to call home, please welcome former Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, Marcia Fudge.
OH. Kamala Harris has fought to protect homeowners and renters her entire career. As Attorney General, she held big banks accountable for their role in the foreclosure crisis and won billions of dollars for California homeowners. As Vice President, she and President Biden helped over 400,000 homeowners at the risk of foreclosure during the pandemic. And as President, she will build 3 million new homes and rentals, limit unfair rent increases, and offer down payment support for first-time home buyers. It's personal. Kamala remembers her mother's pride at buying their first home after saving for 10 years. She knows housing is a human right and a pathway to the middle class. Where you live determines what schools your children go to, what health care you receive, and whether you can get a good job without spending hours commuting. Where you live too often determines how you live. Donald Trump has no idea how housing works for everyday Americans. He doesn't care. He started his career being sued for denying housing to Black families. As president, he sat by while the cost of housing skyrocketed. Now, we can hand the keys to our housing policy back to a negligent landlord, or we can elect a president who believes in safe, affordable housing for all. Let's ensure we have an opportunity economy by voting for Kamala Harris. Thank you.
And get that wildebeest off the screen, please. Please. Thank you.
And I'm a former Trump voter. Hi, my name is Dave from Pennsylvania. I'm a two-time Trump voter, 2016 and 2020.
Thank you so much.
I voted for Trump before, but I'm not going to do that again. I think his agenda has really been awful for America.
He doesn't care about ordinary people. He's never been one, never known any. I'm extremely worried about Donald Trump getting into the White House again.
People are working. All these people who weren't working under the Trump administration, they now have jobs.
One thing I like about Kamala Harris is she talks about the issues. She talks about the economy. She talks about women's rights. I'm going.
Please welcome California Representative Ted Lieu.
Oh, they about to put us to sleep, aren't they, tonight, y'all? Ted Lieu.
As a computer science major, I am so impressed with how large this AI-generated crowd looks tonight.
Man, F this guy.
I first got to know Kamala Harris during the Great Recession when I was a California state legislator. Millions of hardworking families were facing foreclosure. My constituents told me stories about predatory and unfair loan terms and about how hard they were fighting.
He had said some pretty crazy stuff on Twitter. I ain't gonna lie.
They loved. Thankfully, they had someone fighting just as hard for them.
I just turned 1 on the 30th of July.
She led an investigation of the mortgage industry to root out fraud. She helped pass the Homeowners Bill of Rights, and she held the big banks accountable, bringing back $20 billion to homeowners. Since those days, I've seen her continue to fight for affordable housing as vice president. And as president, she's going to cut red tape so we can build more houses, help new homeowners afford a down payment, and take on corporations that unfairly hike up rent. Kamala Harris fights for affordable housing because she gets it.
Queens for Harris.
You know,
Ha
when her
ha.
mom was raising 2 girls,
Squares.
she did what so many parents do. work early hours and work late nights, pay the bills, and put on a brave face so her girls did not know how hard it really was. It shouldn't be this hard in America. And President Kamala Harris will make sure it's not. She'll fight to lower housing costs
So where has she been
so that
during these
everyone
last 4 years? Anyone? Where's she been?
Don't know why, but I feel like
I depend on Medicare and Social Security for survival.
I'm a recipient of Social Security benefits.
I worry about Social
Oh man! Oh my God!
Because
I'm
she
sorry.
will
I thought I
protect
would have had the volume
my
on. I
Social
messed that up.
Security and that of all
That was
others.
funny. They keep talking about freedom, nigga. We free as hell. Is anyone shook? Like who the fuck is sorry? Who's shackled in America, bro? What is up with this freedom thing? Nobody is slaves here except people that follow up Democrat policy. I'm sorry, Democrat narratives, they don't have policy. This freedom thing, dude.
Democrats. And hey, Wisconsin. Tonight, I want to talk about family. We know that all families don't look alike. My mother was a teenager when I was born, and she struggled with addiction. I never met my father, but I had two incredible grandparents who stepped in and raised me, David and Doris Green. Everything I know, I learned from them. In every way a child needs, my grandparents were there for me. And as they grew older, it was my
Yes, she's been
privilege
VP, and they act like she hasn't been VP. It kind of makes anything that they're saying null and void, in my opinion. She's been VP the whole time, so I don't get the complaints. She could have changed these things herself.
programs meant in small but deeply meaningful ways to my grandparents. And I know what they mean for your parents and grandparents. But let's be clear, that is all at risk today. Donald Trump was asked what he would do about Social Security and Medicare, and he said, and I quote, "There's a lot you can do in terms of cutting." Cutting? He's talking about cutting Social Security and Medicare while giving a huge new tax break to billionaires and corporations? Well, Kamala Harris is not going to let that.
She's about to make me faint. I can't take much more of this woman in this damn Dr. Seuss dress. I'm sorry, suit. I just ain't even been paying attention to what the hell she had on because this shit, it's killing me, guys.
We Democrats, we honor our elders and ask the wealthiest to pay their fair share. Wisconsin's state motto is forward. And my friends, that's where we're headed.
Please welcome Massachusetts Representative Catherine Clark.
I am a proud mom of 3. And when my kids were young, I sat down with my husband to go over our bills. We realized that my entire income went to paying for childcare.
Y'all notice that she's doing that?
Asked
What's going on
ourselves,
with that?
how on earth will we make this work? So many parents.
She lied so
will tell
damn
you
hard
a
that her damn
similar
mouth running
story.
away from her.
They'll tell you that preschool can cost as much as rent, or that they drive over an hour just to find childcare. They'll tell you that the workers who watch their children have it even worse. When parents have to choose between their kids and their jobs, businesses are hurt too. We shut out talent. we lose the prosperity parents could create. Childcare makes our economy run. And yet, Donald Trump's Project 2025 will eliminate Head Start, close classrooms, raise the cost of care. And JD Vance says affordable childcare is class war against normal people. You know what normal people want? A president who understands this shouldn't be so damn hard. That's Kamala Harris. She's seen this firsthand. You've all heard Kamala talk about her mother. She was both a brilliant scientist and a devoted mom. She had to fight to make it all work, to raise her daughters, to pay the bills, to keep the career she loved. Kamala and Tim know that when everyone can find and afford childcare, our kids
Wow, they
and
said Trump
our
named 162
communities
times, bro.
will
That's
thrive.
crazy. Look, chat. Someone just said the Trump counter at 162. Did you guys know that President Trump refused to say Joe Biden's name at the RNC? Just a contrast between the two people. All jokes aside, that is insane.
A future worthy of our children. Let's
And this is coming from
elect
people that currently have the
Kamala
president
Harris
of the United
and
States
Tim
and Senate.
Walz.
Please welcome Colorado
I can't wait for the
Representative
next debate
Joe
too.
Nagu.
Hey, am I the only one? This feels like it's like the most low energy one. Is it just me? I know when I went to the RNC, I was blessed to actually be able to go there. I know that a lot of people were somewhat, ready to be done at the last day, but we had Big Trump. But it doesn't seem like they still had that energy. We were still pumped up, but exhausted from all the walking and whatnot. But it just feels like people are tired. They don't want to see her. They kind of messed up because I guess they already showed Kamala on day one. But the energy feels very low to me. I don't know. It just people seem like they're ready to go home. It's just looking like people were paid. Well, I can't say paid because they choose their delegates. This is an invite only situation. They don't need to really pay people to come to the RNC or DNC because they already have loyal people in every state that they invite over.
Before you as Assistant Democratic Leader of the U.S. House of Representatives. My fellow Americans, let me say this clearly. Don't let anyone tell you that the American dream is dead. It is alive and well, and it will grow even stronger with Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States. How do we know that? How do I know that? Well, it's because Kamala Harris believes that college can be a ticket to the middle class, and she has fought to make it more affordable her entire career. As California Attorney General, she took down one of the biggest for-profit colleges, securing $1 billion for students who were defrauded. Alongside President Biden, she expanded Pell Grants and secured record funding for HBCUs. And Kamala Harris made
I do believe
public
Beyonce
service
will.
loan
Don Lemon
relief
says,
a reality
I'm going
for
to see the George
teachers
Bush more than
and first
anything.
responders and firefighters and nurses and countless others across our land. Vice President Harris
There shouldn't be no cost of
delivered
seats at
before,
the
and she
DNC
will
or
do it
RNC.
again. As president, she will build a brighter future, a more affordable future, a future where going to college doesn't break the bank, a future where my 5-year-old daughter, Natalie, who's watching us back home in Colorado right now, a future where she can live her dreams. So those are the stakes. Let's make it happen, America. Let's make history, America. Let's elect Kamala Harris, the 47th president of the United States. Thanks so much. God bless. Thank you.
I basically worked in public service my entire adulthood, over 27 years. Seeing my mom work in the public service sector,
These
it was actually
commercials, this
inspiring me. I'm
is,
like,
yeah,
she gives
something's
warmth
wrong
to
with
the
this
community.
DNC, fellas. There's something wrong with this one. There weren't this many commercials and whatnot. This one is actually, it could be the most unbearable one that we're seeing. This sucks. It makes me feel like they probably do have some big speakers that's gonna come, I guess.
My mom, like, apply for this, apply for this. I'm sitting at my desk, opening up my mail. It says, "Thank you, Kelly, for public service. Your loans now have been forgiven." Took a deep breath and I screamed. I had to pinch myself. I had to see if this was really happening. Seeing my mom finish her higher education was life-changing. I don't think anything can ever stop me from my goals because I saw her do it as a single parent with twin girls, with life pushing her down so many ways, but she continued to rise up. She has been the force, the motivation for me to want to continue to work in the public service agency. With this loan forgiveness,
Bro, I'm
I
gonna
can
pull the
plan
pillow
for
back
my
out. This
future.
sucks.
I was able to purchase my very first home. It creates great opportunity for my daughters. It creates stability. Thank you, Vice President Harris and the entire administration. I just want to thank you again and again and again. Thank you so much.
Our party's not over, Chicago. Let me see you just rock for me once. Say. To what?
Yep, before I have to them do all those edits later on today. Man, come on, man. They playing this Michael Jackson, y'all. I gotta go with a second. Listen, this ain't even me making nothing up, y'all. Michael Jackson and Donald Trump are close friends. Close friends, right? I'm talking about so close that the Jacksons are still rocking with Trump. So I'm confused as to why they're playing Michael Jackson music when Jacksons were close with the Trumps. Jacksons were not close with Like this, I don't get this. I don't get this whole propaganda. Like, not in the slightest. This whole Michael Jackson thing is not making sense to me. Let's see. I wonder if I can actually share it. Give me 1 second. 1 second. This me right here with Randy Jackson, Michael Jackson brother, at Mar-a-Lago. Bro, the Jacksons don't rock with Biden or Harris. So them just playing his music is absolutely insane. I want you guys to understand with some context how crazy that is. It's crazy work what they're doing.
And during the Trump administration, they did not make it easy. Not for folks like us. So what I thought was, I guess not everybody can have a multi-million-dollar loan from their father.
I think Sony got it back.
So I'll tell you what we did. We emptied our savings, and in 2008, we launched Zweli's Kitchen, America's first Zimbabwean restaurant. And the Biden-Harris administration helped make that a reality.
Diaspora.
They helped make that dream come true for entrepreneurs like us. Now, thanks to small business grants and all of the help that we received from them, we now have 3 locations, and we employ nearly 30 employees with a living wage. But we are not alone. Under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, more than 500,000 business applications have been filed in North Carolina. Kamala Harris is fighting to create an opportunity economy that can break down barriers for entrepreneurs like us. And as president, she will support risk takers and problem solvers who want to just do their part and claim their piece of the American dream. And also, I want to thank Maya from Nevada, who has served her famous dumplings for the past 3 years and opened new locations thanks to the historic support for small businesses. And Robert, I want to thank you from Minnesota. Robert owns a solar business.
Get this damn
Heated up once.
goddamn I'm trying to think, man. Oh man, I'm trying to think of what that goddamn movie, The Jungle Book. I want to walk like you, talk like you do. Nigga off my screen, man. I'm not trying to watch this dude goddamn talk all day. Get this damn nigga in the suit on my screen, dog. I ain't even playing with you. I ain't about to sit here and watch this all day, bro. I can't sit here and watch this dude all day,
And when
bro.
they succeed,
I don't
we
have time
all
for this.
succeed. Let's win this. Thank you.
Babaloo, yeah, that's that. Who said it? Baloo, yeah, Baloo, man. I was thinking of the damn orangutan because shit.
Please welcome
Get the
Illinois
dude on my screen with
Representative
King Louis.
Raja
Yeah, King Louis,
Krishnamurthy.
man. I'm trying to see this shit, man. Come on, man. You know we here to try to see Beyonce, Taylor Swift. Ain't no one trying to see no goddamn King Louis, man. I ain't got time for this.
America Against America. It's the title of a book by one of China's highest ranking leaders, and it's how they think they'll win. They know the only way they'll beat America is if we beat ourselves. In Congress, my job is to study China's economy. And mark my words, they want to see Donald Trump across the bargaining table because he'll start endless trade wars that raise prices for Americans, because he'll cut programs that train workers in America. But most of all, Trump will pit American against American. And that's what China wants, for us to fight amongst ourselves, because that's how we lose. But we're not going back. What does Kamala Harris tell us? When we fight, we win. Because Kamala Harris knows how we fight best, not American against American. She knows that when we fight as one country, we win. When we fight as one team, we win, which is why when Kamala Harris wins in November, we win. Thank you so much.
We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity to build a business, to own a home, to build intergenerational wealth, a future with affordable health care, affordable child care.
There are more commercials than actual DNC today. This is unreal. If they think Americans are going to sit here and watch this, I know ain't no way their views are going up. It has to be. It has to be tanking. It has to be tanking. There's no way they expect Americans to want to watch commercials all damn day, man.
Please welcome Pennsylvania Senator Bob Casey.
Pennsylvania. Here's a real question. Moms asked me in Pennsylvania, what am I supposed to do if I can't afford diapers? In just 6 months, a box of diapers went up $15. The corporations say your prices are up only because their costs are up. They're selling you a lie. It's in the bag with the diapers. Prices are up because these corporations are scheming to drive them up. Most companies are good companies. It's the food conglomerates that sit behind the supermarkets, the faceless wholesalers. They're the ones who are extorting families at the checkout counter. This is greedflation. I've been fighting it a long time. So has Kamala Harris. And finally, we're starting to win. When Big Pharma jacked up the cost of insulin, we passed a bill to stop them. Now, for millions of Americans, it's capped at $35 a month. So that's one. I've been fighting to ban price gouging on food. And next year, when she's president, Kamala Harris will sign a bill to do just that. So that's another. And when corporations take advantage of a crisis, like toilet paper during the pandemic, we'll hit them with harsher fines when Kamala Harris is president. Now, Americans don't expect stuff to be free, but we do expect it to be fair. The people I'm talking to, from Allentown to Erie, they don't tolerate being ripped off. Americans are hardworking, honest people. And that's what we've been fighting for. We're fighting for honesty. I'm fighting for it. Kamala Harris is fighting for it. Will you fight for it? All right, let's go out and win this thing. Thank you.
Please welcome Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren.
got this.
You know what I love best about Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris can't be bought and she can't be bossed around. Now, I first met Kamala in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crash. The banks had flat out broken laws, cheated people, and stolen homes. Millions of Americans had lost their jobs, their savings, their homes. Now, I was setting up the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Go CFPB!
Oh my God, I'm about to die from cringe. Holy snap.
Kamala was protecting families as California's Attorney General. You bet. And Donald was scamming students at Trump University and trying to make money off people losing their homes. Kamala Harris stepped up. She enforced the law, she fought the giant banks, and she delivered billions of dollars of help for families. And that is the difference between a criminal and a prosecutor. We need Kamala Harris. This election is about your family and your future. I've seen Kamala Harris fight. I've seen her win. And when it comes to our families and our futures, Kamala Harris is someone we can trust. So here it is, with joy in our hearts. Let's elect Kamala Harris, the next president of the United States.
This is horrible. This is so bad, gang. I don't know what to say, chat. This is just so bad. I appreciate all of the YouTube chat coming in and supporting me, man, in the YouTube journey. Really appreciate you guys. You guys are hilarious, man. Oh, man, they're bringing Black Eyed Peas, man. Oh, someone please just let me jump. What do you guys rate this current DNC night compared to what we've seen so far? You think it's the worst one or what? I'm saying it's the worst one, man. Thank you so much for the support, Hernandez.
We know
That really
that
helps me out
a
a ton.
secure
It motivates
future
me to keep posting
depends
because I
on
tell you,
strong
watching
global
this right here is
leadership.
tough.
As Vice
This is
President,
tough for any
Kamala
American.
Harris
It's just,
has been
and it's low
tested
energy,
on the
man.
world stage. She's faced
I'm
down
going to make it
threats,
a.
stood
Someone
shoulder
said
to
smile is
shoulder
a
with our
party.
allies,
They don't make it that
and
easy, man.
engaged in
This is
the
the worst one.
serious work of safeguarding America's security. Please welcome to the stage an Army Ranger, my colleague, Congressman Jason Crow.
Before serving in Congress, I was a paratrooper and an Army Ranger. Over 100 combat missions in Iraq and Afghanistan taught me what really makes America strong and secure. You see, it's not tough talk, it's not chest thumping, because in war, talk is cheap. And trust me, I know a couch commando when I see one. Real strength and security come from our people, from our allies. Donald Trump's Project 2025 would abandon our troops, abandon our veterans, our allies, and our principles. In Chapter 4, Trump plans to do Putin's bidding by abandoning Ukraine and walking away from our NATO allies. In Chapters 2 and 3, he plans to fire our national security and military professionals and then replace them with mega loyalists. But I refuse to let Trump's golf buddies decide when and how our friends are sent to war. When we join the military, we raise our right hand and we take the oath. We know that it comes with sacrifice, but we also know that it comes with a promise that America will have our back. Trump will break that promise. In fact, in Chapter 20 of Project 2025, he plans to slash veterans benefits and then privatize VA healthcare.
I hope YouTube ain't trying to mess up our chat, man. We have something good going here.
As a paratrooper, we learned that the leader of the unit jumps first, and then the others follow. Leaders always go first. But Trump, he would push your son or daughter out of the plane and then abandon them when
How the
they
hell
come
can
home.
they say what the hell Trump would do in a plane? That's crazy that they can just go on here and claim what the hell someone's going to do that they don't know.
Who will
This
always
is
have their
a
back.
clown show, man.
That leader is Kamala Harris. And together, we will make Kamala Harris our next commander-in-chief.
President Joe Biden and I, along with our entire country,
Another
are
commercial,
grateful
bro. Another commercial, bro.
for your service and for your excellence. The United States military, without any question, is the strongest and best fighting force the world has ever seen. And that is because of you, each one of you.
Please welcome Michigan Representative Alyssa Slotkin.
This is easily the worst one, hands down. Yesterday and the first day were the best ones for their
Good
speaker stuff.
evening. I'm Alyssa Slotkin. I am honored to be your U.S. Senate nominee from the great state of Michigan. Go blue, go green, my peeps from Michigan. My life in service began in New York City on September 11th. As the smoke cleared, I knew my career would be spent protecting the country we all love. I was recruited by the CIA and served 3 tours in Iraq alongside our military. And I worked at the White House under presidents of both parties and as an acting Assistant Secretary of Defense under President Obama. I want to talk tonight about national security because the choice in November is stark. America retreating from the world or leading the world. Trump wants to take us backwards. He admires dictators a lot. He treats our friends as adversaries and our adversaries as friends. But our vision is based on our values, the values that took us to the shores of Normandy and helped us win the Cold War. We believe America should inspire and lead at home and abroad. We recognize that it's not just about having a strong military, but about tackling global challenges like AI and climate change together. And guess what? That takes friends. You gotta have friends to do that. Vice President Harris understands our strength abroad is inextricably linked to our strength here at home. Our schools, a strong middle class, and the health of our democracy. So, for everyone here and everyone watching, I want you to proudly claim your patriotism. You are here because you love your country. Do not give an inch to pretenders who wrap themselves in the flag, but spit in the face of freedoms it represents. This November, let's elect a president who will lean forward to embrace the future. Because America doesn't follow. We do not retreat. We are the damn United States of America. We lead.
Please welcome New York Representative Pat Ryan.
Among the Americans I proudly represent in Congress are the 4,400 cadets at West Point, my alma mater. Last year, I welcomed Vice President Harris when she delivered the commencement address. I watched as she shook the hand of every single cadet. That's the thing about West Point. The day you take the oath to defend our country, you get to look the person in the eye who may one day, God forbid, send you to war and take their measure. And every time, Kamala Harris looked back with respect, with reverence. That day,
Be sure to be checking my YouTube videos. I'll be back to post them for a day after this DNC.
At West Point, you learn the honor code. A cadet will not lie, cheat, steal, or tolerate those who do. Well, there's a candidate who has violated every word in that code. A serial liar, cheater, thief, who looked soldiers in the eye, then turned around and called fallen heroes suckers.
Appreciate you, brother. Thanks, Wes.
Who insulted
You're a real one.
Medal of
Shout out to
Honor
Wes, man.
recipients
Major shout out to
just
Wes real
last
quick. It's tip for my suffering. I'm sitting through it with y'all, man. It's just I'm trying to get the energy up. It's just, man, they don't have the speakers, or I don't know. This one is dead. I don't even have nothing to post about on X because there's no real updates out of this one.
These last few weeks have felt like a new day in America when we are waking up, rising up as patriots, to demand our next president be someone who not only treats our veterans with respect, but everyone with respect, with dignity, with decency, with the truth. Someone like Kamala Harris, our next commander-in-chief.
We are not done. I'm trying to tell you guys that I want to see you up off your seats, dancing and moving around. Get excited with me and say, wait,
This makes me hate my life.
hold on.
Come and move that in my direction. Thankful for that.
Representando para mi latino aquí conmigo esta noche. Hold on.
Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, I'm DJ Metro, and I'll be back.
Please welcome the president of the National Action Network, Reverend Al Sharpton.
Oh my God. Oh my God. They desperate again. They done brought this damn dude out the goddamn casket.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. I stand before you as the president of National Action Network. We do not endorse candidates, but we report where candidates stand on criminal justice, economic empowerment, health equity, and other issues. On one side of this race is Donald Trump, a fellow New Yorker I've known for 40 years. Only once in that time, did he take a position on racial issues. He spent a small fortune on full-page ads calling for the execution of 5
Al Sharpton, when his mistress needed a place to stay, guess who got her an apartment for an entire year? Donald J. Trump. This dude is a lying, thieving, backstabbing, non-tax paying ass nigga. It's absolutely insane to see him on the stage. He depended on Trump for so many years. This is still disgusting to see him.
flames. On the other side is a woman that I've walked with in Selma, Alabama to commemorate the 59th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. Kamala Harris spoke to me that day about unity and passing bills. All I ever heard from Donald Trump was how he can get an advantage. I see one candidate who wants to protect the right to vote while the other has tried to cook up 11,000 votes in Georgia. I see a candidate who, with Joe Biden, brought leaders to the White House to confront violent hatred, running against a man who said neo-Nazis in Charlottesville were fine people. I see a candidate who has sought to reform and uphold the law, and a man who wrongly assumes his mugshot appeals to Black Americans. I worked with Kamala Harris. In every job she's had, she has consistently committed to making government work for those of us who've been disadvantaged. All Donald Trump has been consistent about is making himself richer and sowing division to get that done. This man sat right here in Chicago a few weeks ago, refusing to apologize for claims that migrants were taking Black jobs. Well, in November, we're gonna show him when Blacks do their job. And we are going to join with whites and browns and Asians, and we're going to do a job on those that have done a job on us. Tonight, we are going to realize Shirley Chisholm's dream. "52 years ago, I was one of the youth directors in her campaign for president. And 52 years after she was told to sit down, I know she's watching us tonight as a Black woman stands up to accept the nomination for president of the United States."
We need to get this Jeepers Creepers creep show ass dude out of here, man. He like the Crip guy from Creep Show. I can't too much watching much more of this guy either. Like, this is terrible.
We have fought too hard for women to be told to get out of the kitchen. We are now on our way to the Oval Office. We won't go back. We fought hard. We fought hard for LGBTQ loved ones to get out the closet. We won't go back. We fought hard for the right to choose, the right to education. We suffered and died and bled, went to jail to get the right to vote. We won't go back.
Yeah, don't go back. Don't vote back for her.
So we must be committed, no matter how the Supreme Court tries to roll back on civil rights, no matter what the amount of money they have. We are here because others fought and suffered for us, and we vowed tonight we won't go back. This November, we will go forward to fulfill the promise of a just and fair nation. And let me say, as we transition, I'm a preacher. And in Psalms it says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. We've endured January 6th. We've endured conspiracy theories. We've endured lies and areas of darkness, But if we stay together, Black, white, Latina, Asian, Indian American, if we stay together, joy, joy, joy.
Nigga, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up tonight.
I love these guys. These are my brothers. These are my brothers. Yes, indeed. America. I am Yusuf Salam.
This is DNC, the Disabled National Convention.
A New York City councilman representing my hometown of Harlem. That's right.
This shit done put my dog to sleep, y'all.
Representing my
See that?
hometown of Harlem,
This shit done really
USA.
put my dog to sleep, bro.
And listen, as my friend Corey Wise just said, 45.
This shit just done put my dog to sleep, bro.
He wanted us dead. Today, we are exonerated because the actual perpetrator confessed and DNA proved it. That guy says he still stands by the original guilty verdict.
That's cap.
He dismisses
That's cap. That's
the
actually cap.
scientific evidence rather than admit he was wrong.
That's cap. That's cap.
He has never changed.
That's cap, bro.
And he
He
never
literally
will.
said there were some bad people involved with it. He said he was waiting till the facts came
That
out.
man
Donald
thinks
Trump
that
did not
hate
just sit there and
is
ping
the
y'all with no
animating
damn
force
feelings,
in
nigga.
America.
Stop the
It
cap
is not.
on live TV, bro.
We have the constitutional right to vote. In fact, it is a human right.
Who taking it
So
away
let
from
us
your black
use it.
ass?
I want you to walk with us. I want you to march with us. I want you to vote with us.
Nigga, fuck you. That's what I will do. I want to hear this, bro. This is crazy, man. I can't believe I gotta watch this, bro.
And together,
Look at Al Sharpton sitting there looking like a goddamn ghost. I can't stand these niggas, man.
and let me tell you, this is going to be so beautiful. And together,
His name's
on
Cyrus.
November
The dog
5th,
name Cyrus.
we will usher in Kamala Harris
No, you're not.
and Tim Walz.
No, he's not. He's
into
not.
the
No,
White
you're not
House.
ushering anything, bro. Who the hell is this nigga? Who is this nigga? Why does this nigga think he's so important?
So I want to do this.
Who is this nigga? What are you ushering in?
When I say when
Who are
they,
you, bro?
I want you to say see us. When they see us, America will finally say goodbye to that hateful man.
Nigga, how is he hateful? Y'all pinning some shit on him. This nigga was not mayor of New York. This nigga wasn't a politician. He was just a fucking celebrity. Bro, giving his opinion on what the fuck was presented in front of him. They're not talking about how the mainstream media slandered these motherfuckers to paint them out to be a villain. What's the problem if someone believes a mainstream media lie? These are the same people that's pushing the media that slandered these niggas. Get them niggas off the stage, man.
Wow. Our country is built on justice, and people's lives, as we just heard, can be harmed when we fail to do justice. But Kamala Harris fights to do justice. No one knows that better than the prosecutors who fought alongside her. These are their stories.
Oh, something will come up. Stop. Heal. Chat is lit tonight. Damn, chat is so lit tonight, guys. Y'all are lit. Y'all not playing around.
I'm Amy Resner. I was a colleague in the courtroom when my friend Kamala tried one of her first cases
Dog
and
is more
made the
exciting.
prosecutor's promise for the people.
Cyrus.
For Kamala, practicing law was always about protecting the vulnerable and giving the victims a voice. Women who were sexually assaulted, children who were mistreated and sexually abused. She helped them navigate their nightmares and demand justice for their injuries. And she did it all with grit and grace, intelligence and heart. She was a remarkable prosecutor, and she will be a remarkable president.
Don't say Beetlejuice 3 times. She'll
Survivors
disappear.
of sexual assault struggle to
That
be
woman on the
heard
left,
over
if you
the
say Beetlejuice 3
cacophony of
times, she's gonna disappear on live TV and end up in your house. So be careful.
when
Let her finish the
powerful
speech first,
offenders
then
are
y'all go
allowed
ahead
to
and call out
manipulate
Beetlejuice 3
public
times.
opinion by attacking their victims' credibility, all victims suffer. Those words are from the 2021 amicus brief filed by RAIN, the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization, in
Get
the
tired of
case
shit.
of Thea
Beetlejuice.
Jean
Okay,
Carroll
now
versus Donald J.
say it
Trump.
2 more times. I can't take much more of this.
As a legislator and lifelong advocate against sexual violence, I urge all of us to stand together to support survivors, believe them, and hold
Beetlejuice,
perpetrators
that's number 2.
accountable.
I'm Lisa Madigan, former Attorney General of Illinois. I worked with Kamala Harris during the Great Recession to protect homeowners from foreclosure. As Attorney General of California, Kamala met thousands of people
And
on
put
the
their
verge of
ass in
losing
prison.
their homes and their faith in the American dream. She demanded big banks provide mortgage relief to allow families to stay in their homes. She stood her ground, and together, we prevailed. For as long as I have known her, Kamala Harris has always taken principled positions and never wavered. Thanks to Kamala's determination, countless Americans have a home they can call their own.
And I'm Mark Morial, civil rights leader and former mayor of New Orleans. In the 1970s, Donald Trump was sued for
Shout out to
refusing to
Couples
rent
Light.
his apartment
Appreciate you for
to
the
African
donation,
Americans.
brother. Thanks so much for helping me out. Hope to see you in the other live streams. Shout out to Couples Light, man. You see him on the mainstream. Shout out to him. Appreciate for the $10 donation chat.
It was racism and civil rights advocacy put an end to it. Kamala Harris has a plan
It looks like
to build more housing.
it looks like someone put an iron across that man's forehead. He ain't got no creases on his shit.
Donald Trump, you denied black people the American dream. And Kamala Harris is creating a future where every family, yes, every family has a place to call home.
I'm Nathan Horns. In 2010, I went to college in California to pursue my dreams, but ended up with a nightmare.
It's official. It's official. It's the Disabled National Convention.
Frauded more than 500,000 students and burdened us with loans we could never repay. Then Kamala Harris stepped in. As Attorney General of California, she stuck up for students. She prosecuted Corinthian, and as Vice President, she stuck with us. As we fought,
Nigga, is that Ray J? Ray J, I thought you were conservative, bro.
Harris administration came in, canceled all Corinthian student debt, and gave us back our futures.
My name is Tristan Snell, and I prosecuted Trump University. I interviewed over 100 victims of Trump's fraud, a retired police sergeant, an Iraq veteran with PTSD, a mother
These
caring
niggas
for
can't
her
have a
son with
convention without
special
mentioning Trump.
needs.
I'm not
They
gonna lie to
trust
y'all. What will they do when this is all over and there's no more Trump? Bro, they cannot live without talking about this man. It's every single talking point. This is not normal, bro.
Some lost their life savings, some lost their homes. Donald Trump ripped off his biggest fans and made $5 million.
I was one of his biggest fans. What are you talking about? People own businesses. Yo, this is crazy.
Him. And as president, she will continue to fight for you, for us.
Continue. She didn't start yet, bro. She has to start fighting for us for you to say continue. As vice president, she has been the most inactive vice president that we have had in this lifetime. There are so many people that I have spoke to that forgot she was even VP until the announcement. Now that is a major, major problem. She's not fighting for us. You can't say to go back to start something she never did.
Please welcome Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey.
Boy, this is the worst speaking list I ever seen in my damn.
For the people. Those 3 words define the role of a prosecutor. To serve not only our clients in the courtroom, but our community and our country. To give people a sense of security and safeguard the principles that hold our nation together. To stand up to abusers and bullies, and stand up for the voiceless and the vulnerable. In other words, exactly what Kamala Harris has done her whole life. When she was DA, mothers of children who'd been murdered, whose cases had gone cold, would come to her office saying, "I'll only speak to Kamala," because they knew she would listen, because they knew she would help them find justice. And she did. That's the Kamala Harris I know. A few weeks ago in Massachusetts, I watched a little girl meet the vice
Appreciate
president.
the chat being so active. I'm making sure to put your comments on screen so everyone can engage in this and everyone can see your comments too. It ain't just about me. It's about building a community. You know, we building a family here. That's something that we building. So you guys, please comment, put in the comments on screen so everyone can be a part of this.
Me too. I love offense.
1 second. Gotta take a
That's
quick
what it means
restroom
to
break.
be for the
Real
people.
quick.
Kamala Harris fights for all Americans. She stays on offense and she wins. And I know that she'll fight with the same passion, the same determination as President of the United States. I can't wait to see her prosecute the case against Donald Trump on the debate stage in September. We face a stark choice in this election: a felon and con man, or a dedicated prosecutor. The contrast between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris is clear. He obstructs justice. She upholds it. He swindles people. She serves them. He thinks he's above the law. She actually understands the law. That's what this election comes down to. One candidate who's out for himself, or Kamala Harris for the people. It's a battle for the future of our nation. And tonight, we will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Kamala Harris should be, she must be, the next President of the United States. Thank you.
Please welcome survivor and advocate, Courtney Baldwin.
Good evening, Chicago. I'm Courtney Baldwin. In 2013, I was sold for sex in cities across California by a trafficker who controlled every aspect of my life. During those dark moments, I held on to hope that one day I'd be seen as more than a victim.
Bro, why has she got her eyes
that I
closed?
could
Open your
pursue my
eyes.
dreams, and that my
Do
trafficker
you notice she's
will be
squinting every
held
time she
to
looks forward?
justice.
What the hell, bro? Chat. Pay attention to her eyes, chat. Look at this, chat. And I get to say it because she's not Asian. She's actually squinting her eyes when she looks at the camera, chat.
One of them was Kamala Harris. As California's Attorney General, she fought Backpage.com, the website that let me and thousands of others be bought and sold. She filed criminal charges against its owner that shut down the website for good. No one has ever done that. Vice President Harris is fearless, compassionate, and she still gives me hope.
Chat says she's trying to read the
She's
script.
protected people like me
That's the
her
current
whole
narrative.
life.
She's reading the script. We
And
all know the
I
script is in
know
front of them.
she'll
I've seen
fight
pictures
for
of the
us all
teleprompter. I
as
don't know if you guys
president.
been on X,
Thank
but it's
you.
on there. Well, that was quick, lady. She reminds me of an LPN nurse that don't do her damn job, that just has sex with everyone inside the damn nursery. That's what she reminds me of. Some woman just sleeping with
We have to
everyone
wake up
inside of
at
there
2 a.m.
instead
in
of
the
taking care of them old folks.
It's the
I
only
don't
way to
trust
beat
shit
the
they want
Phoenix
to
heat.
say. Long story short.
It's just like opening an oven. I work on the light rail. It's a good way to tackle the climate crisis, but the clock is ticking.
Here we go. Another
change
ad,
is one
another
of the
ad,
greatest
another
God
ad.
jobs
You
ever.
know that's what they were going to do, everyone. Chat, y'all know they were going to add it up. They have nothing. They have more ads than they have speakers.
It's not happening in the future. It's happening right here, right now.
Here in Phoenix, the most consecutive 110 plus degree days in a row.
Trump is pouring gasoline on the fire.
He proceeded to solicit $1 billion from the fossil fuel companies because if elected, he would roll back environmental rules and repeal regulations.
Trump's Project 2025 agenda.
And the
gives
fact they
tax
can call
breaks
this
to
his
big
Project
oil
2025 without getting
completely
sued is
trampled the
absolutely
middle
crazy
class.
as hell to me. That's crazy.
Trump would
That's
gut clean
crazy to
energy
me.
jobs like mine.
He's.
This
I don't have to
bird
explain
gives
why
us
he's not part of Project
security and
2025. I do it
economic
every day.
freedom. Trump would
It's
rip
just
that
crazy.
away.
He's not a
Kamala
signee.
Harris sees the future differently.
He's
She's a
not
clean
even going to have
energy
anything to do
champion.
with it. It's a whole
She took out
entire
big oil that
different
gouged
organization, the
Americans.
Heritage Project.
Harris was
And
the
for them to
deciding
just
vote
label
that
this as
passed
the Project
Democrats' epic
2025 from
clean
Trump is
energy
crazy.
investments.
That is
Kamala will fight
libel.
for climate and clean
Like,
energy policies
they are
that
slandering this
protect our
man.
health and hold big polluters accountable.
The clock is not just ticking, it is banging.
Yeah, Trump's
And
causing the
that is
climate
why
change, guys.
President
New
Biden
narrative
and I
just
made
dropped.
the largest
You haven't heard? New narrative just dropped. Trump caused the climate change.
are not going back.
Yes, we're not. Every time you say that, Kamala, I have to remind you, we're not going back to you being our president in any type of damn
Clean
way.
energy future.
Make Kamala get back on her knees again. 2024.
Please welcome former New Mexico Representative Deb Haaland.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You don't have no need for policies here, my friend.
Guwatsi. Guwatsi helpa. Duhinamet Itakiwitsa Shuimi Hanu.
Hold on, she
In
ain't
my
speaking English,
Karis
is she?
language, greetings, friends and family. My name is Kresh Turquoise, and I'm from the Turquoise clan.
Okay.
35
I'm Apache.
generations ago, my ancestors built lives in the high desert of New Mexico. I am on this stage tonight because of them. while fishing with my dad and running through the desert with my cousins, I learned that we have a responsibility to take care of our planet. Donald Trump never learned that lesson. He called the climate crisis a hoax.
This is why you lost
He
America.
made it easier for big companies to poison our air and water. An American president must lead the world in tackling
Someone said token
climate
Indian.
change. We need a president who understands that
Chat, do we really
assignment.
want to listen to the losers of the war? Come on, chat. We need to listen to the winners during the election. I don't want to take advice from niggas that lost to Americans at their worst. Americans were weaker then than they ever been throughout history. Facts. That was the start. They lost to the weakest version of America. I don't give a damn what you got to say.
And as vice president, she cast the tie-breaking vote for the most ambitious climate action plan in our nation's history.
Native Americans have more to worry about than climate change. I tell you that. Those rates, they're not that good. They're
Kamala
not that good.
Harris and Tim Walz will fight for a future where we all have clean air, clean water, and healthy communities.
Kama Sutra.
Let me go back to the lesson I learned in the desert Southwest. We all have a role in protecting our Earth for future generations. So let's all be
Amen, Pen.
fierce,
Welcome
and
to the
let's
show.
make Kamala Harris the next president of the United
Low
States.
energy.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Low energy. She just drained about the rest of the energy I had in the night just out of me just then. Holy shit. Whew. I'll tell you what they're doing. I said this yesterday.
It's an election year.
This is an occult.
Both
This
parties
is an
are
occult
battling
ritual that we're
approval.
witnessing, and they're siphoning all of our energy. I've been sleepier, more down, and miserable the more I watch this. They're trying to admit that emotion. They're siphoning our energy. I'm convinced.
Rally for auto workers. We hit the road to find out what Democrats have been up to.
The Inflation Reduction Act, helping to fuel a boom in clean
Welcome
energy.
back. Glad to see you.
New clean energy jobs over the next 10 years. Once
It's
in
a boring,
generation
Richie. It's pretty boring, fam. I ain't gonna cap. It's a boring night. I don't know what they
This
own.
auto mega plant's being built. We talked to workers in rural Tennessee who joined a union for the first time.
Don't talk about
to build
Tennessee.
One of the
Don't
largest
talk about
battery
Tennessee. I'm up here
plants
in
the
Nashville. Don't
country.
talk about Tennessee, bro. We're not rocking with her, bro. Don't even do that. I don't want to hear about Jesse Lee Peterson. What's the name of those two Negroes that's walking around acting like Martin Luther King and Cat Williams? Those two representatives down here in Tennessee. They know to dodge me. Justin Jones and Justin Peterson or whatever. Yeah, them two coons walking around. Bro, this is pointless. Tennessee ain't rocking with them, bro. Tennessee is not rocking with Kamala Harris. That's why they bring up only two Negroes to speak for her every time. They only use two Negroes to represent Kamala Harris support in Tennessee. Ask yourself, chat, why is that? Out of all the blacks in Tennessee, you only got two people, and both of them are representatives, Democrat reps. It's crazy how they keep mentioning conservative states as if they're changing the shift in conservatism. It's propaganda. Tennessee's not rocking with Kamala Harris. What does that prove? No one was invited to. Oh, guys, I had it muted. Y'all just missed it. Like you was asking, was anyone invited to the Trump rally?
Putting workers at the
Oh,
center
you just
of
had
it
to see
all.
it. What the hell?
And this is just the start.
Why would they ask the people if they were invited to the Trump rally and they said no and they made it seem like that's bad? That proves that people that come there are coming at you. Who the fuck is this? Joe Dirt? Who's Joe Dirt?
Hello,
Who's
America.
this Joe Dirt dude?
Thank you to the workers that make this convention happen.
He looks like a mix of
Let's
Jerry
never forget
Seinfeld
how essential
and
all of our labor is. I come
it's like
from
a white
Appalachia.
version of Jerry Seinfeld, bro.
We kept the lights on in this country for generations.
Jerry Smith. Yep.
But the wealth made
Jerry Smith.
by our broken backs and our black lungs never did trickle down. And Washington listened to rich men demanding that we stick with dirty energy at any cost. Across the country, working class people are looking for a political home after years of both parties putting profit above people. Now, Trump, a billionaire, says that he'll take on the elite.
You just had a billionaire come speak yesterday, Oprah Winfrey. Come on, you fucking hypocrite.
And he punches down at anyone with the guts to be different. But populism that insists we are too different to get along.
These motherfuckers benefit from George Soros every year and they're bitching about Democrats. I don't know how people watch this garbage every day.
There's another sort of populism with roots in this party that we in West Virginia know well.
They're going to lose
They
Virginia
called
this
us
year. Mark my words.
rednecks back in the 1920s because striking workers from all different races wore red bandanas
Hey,
around
Sharon, I'll
their
check that out.
necks as they fought and died for respect and a living wage. Their fight yesterday is our fight right now. Right now. It is our choice to build on this progress and to create a political home for the mass of working Americans fighting for control over their government, their workplaces, and their planet. And it is our moment to
Jerry
live up
Seinfeld's
to.
brother from
Let's get
an
after it.
alternate
Thank you very
dimension called
much.
Jerry Smith.
Don't know why, but I feel like
Oh,
When our team of students passed one of the first climate justice
Shit,
policies in
these
our
commercials
nation,
is crazy.
Vice President Kamala Harris showed up.
She came to highlight our initiative because she believes in us. Last year, my dad retired after spending more than 30
Can they
years.
get one person to
working at
speak
one of
without
our
speaking
country's
on a
most
damn
polluting power
teleprompter?
plants. Donald Trump doesn't
You're
care
literally
about people
reading
like my
lines,
dad.
bro.
I know
The whole
Vice
world
President
can see it.
Harris
You're
will
reading
put
in a
working
script.
families ahead of big oil billionaires.
Kamala Harris approaches climate policy through the eyes of future
Victim Olympics.
generations like mine.
As new voters and as new leaders, I'm excited to join Harris in the fight for our future.
Please welcome Florida Representative Maxwell Frost.
I thought that was Noah. Trevor Noah.
Alejandro Frost, and I'm proud to be the
Man, they
first
got
member
clones
of
here,
my
man. This is the
generation
cheapest night they
in
got. They got a
Congress.
goddamn Trevor Noah for Team New as well.
I'm also proud to represent Central Florida. You might expect me to talk about how climate change will impact our future, but as a Floridian, as a Florida man, I'm here to tell you
Only
that
thing
the
he's full
climate
of fluor
crisis
of
isn't
is
some far
fluoride.
off
That's about the
threat.
only thing going around in his
It is
goddamn
here.
skull.
Donald Trump and J.D. Vance think they can divide us by saying this crisis is some type of hoax. But I've walked the streets of communities
They get a
that
nigga
have
some
been forced
fluoride
to
and tell him he in
rebuild
Florida.
after hurricane flooding destroyed
Stupid
their
ass dude.
homes. I've heard the stories of immigrant farm workers made to work in horrid conditions exacerbated by this crisis. And I felt the scorching record heat and know that climate change can sometimes feel like an unstoppable force. But with our movement and with organizing and an administration that cares, we are making progress.
Nigga, yeah, when we get done with this shit,
Kamala
yeah.
Harris and Joe Biden have proven that tackling this crisis creates jobs, that investing in clean energy.
You know, the white man is a problem. I've always said it. The white man is a problem in America. But the only thing about that is it's a white man that wears a blue tie. It's a Democrat white man. This is crazy.
Destroys our environment. This election is about every drop of water that we consume.
Bro, like Trevor Noah with
every
oatmeal
breath
stuffed in his forehead.
Fighting the climate crisis is patriotic. And unlike Donald Trump, our patriotism is more than
Nigga like a
some
zesty
damn
Dominican
slogan on
now.
a hat. It's about actually giving a damn about the people who live in this country. Because when you love somebody, you want them to have clean air. When you love somebody, you want them to have safe drinking water. And when you love somebody, you want them to have a dignified job. And so
It reminds me of that
America,
dude. I'm not gay anymore. I am
let's
delivered.
get to
Face
work
ass
and
nigga,
elect
man.
Kamala
Come on, get this
Harris
dude
and
off the
Tim
screen, dog.
Walz for our planet, for our future, for our present, and for our people. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all are ready to send Madam Vice President and keep her in the White House, let me hear you make some noise! All I do is win, no matter what.
You know how they got all the rights to this music? It means they would have had to make a negotiation with Universal Music Group because they pretty much own everybody. Same way how Def Jam and Dead or the fighting game existed in the past and they can't now because those properties and rights are owned by pretty much one company.
I want to hear you nice and loud, Chicago. Are there any union workers here today? Make some noise. Are there any teachers in this building? Make some noise. Now everybody hands up. Whoa. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm DJ Metro. We'll be back for more.
That was so stupid, bruh. That was just so stupid. That set right there was dumb. That was so stupid just then.
What's up, everybody? Stephen Curry here. I know you all know I played for the Golden State Warriors, but man, what a great honor it was to represent Team USA and go out there and win that gold medal at the Olympics this summer. And that unity on and off the court reminded us all that together we can do all things and continue to inspire the world. That's why I believe that Kamala, as president, could bring that unity back and continue to move our country forward. This is about preserving hope and belief in our country, making sure families can be taken care of during their most precious times. I got to visit Kamala with my team in the White House last year, and I can tell you one thing I knew then, and I definitely know now. The Oval Office suits her well. So in the words of Michelle Obama, do something. Go vote. Be active.
Tap dancing, don't care who put the shoes on. I swear that.
Like never before. It's been an honor for me to represent our country. It's an honor to support Kamala. So let's all do our part. God bless.
Please welcome Democratic nominee for U.S. Congress in Alabama, Shamari Figures.
Good evening, America. And hello, sweet home, Alabama. I am running for Alabama's 2nd Congressional District. This is the district that gave America the Tuskegee Airmen, Rosa Parks, Fred Gray, and it is the birthplace of the civil rights movement in Montgomery, Alabama. And of course, this district is home to Mr. Good Trouble himself, Congressman John Lewis. Look, my pathway to this stage was paved by a legacy of fighters. Fighters that include my mother, Alabama State Senator Vivian Davis Figures, who is here at her 11th DNC. And it also includes my father, my late father, Michael Figures, who was also a state senator and civil rights lawyer who sued the Klan into bankruptcy.
Boy, chat, you guys are typing quick.
All of us owe a debt to courageous freedom fighters, both known and unknown, a debt that can never be repaid. But what we can do is ensure that the work of those fighters who came before us continues, and that our sacred right to vote is always protected. Kamala Harris gets this.
She's working to protect our freedoms every single day. And that's why she will sign into law the John Robert Lewis Voting Rights Act once it is introduced again by Congresswoman Terry Sewell. Listen, America, a California poet named Kendrick Lamar recently reminded us that sometimes we gotta pop out and show up. Well, America, it's time we pop out and vote. It's time we pop out from California to Alabama and all across America, and we show them that we are not.
I'm so tired of everyone that got some melanin in them think that gives you the ability to talk like Martin Luther King. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's very easy to talk like Martin Luther King, but it comes off as cringe as fuck. But for some reason, black Democrats think it's somehow endearing to talk like the king himself. Somehow they think it's original and it is empowering to the white people, as if it's hard to talk somehow in this tone. In true actuality, the shit is just corny as a motherfucker.
Madrecita querida, I love you. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz understand what everyday Americans are going through because, unlike Donald Trump, they actually grew up in families where every dollar mattered, where everything was earned and nothing was handed to them. Our next
You guys are
speaker
funny.
knows something about that too. Please welcome my dear friend, our fellow Texan, our next senator, Representative Colin Allred.
Nobody, everywhere I go, nobody at the DNC show. Dude, didn't this dude just come out just now? What the hell? Isn't this the same guy?
Hey everybody, I'm Colin Allred, a congressman from Dallas, dad to two perfect little boys. And this November, I'm gonna beat Ted Cruz.
Dollar Tree, Cory Booker. What he just said is true, that Democrats ain't got no problem with lying to people with a straight face.
President Kamala Harris. You know, like Kamala, I was raised by a single mom. Mom was a public school
Disabled National
teacher
Convention.
who often worked two jobs to make ends meet. So when we talk about lowering costs, I think about the times when we went to the grocery store when I was growing up and swiped the debit card and said a little prayer. But my mom and my community in Texas gave me a chance to chase my version of the American dream. I played football at Baylor and in the NFL before becoming a civil rights lawyer and representing my hometown in Congress.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Now I'm the guy who's going to turn Texas' Senate seat blue.
Another clone.
You know, in the NFL,
Is that Charles Barkley?
we had a term for guys like Donald Trump
Oh my God,
and my
you
opponent
guys
Ted
are crazy.
Cruz. Me guys. You know the type. Talk a big game, only care about themselves, but you don't want to be stuck with them at a barbecue. The truth is, America has never been about me. As President Obama said, the single most powerful word in our democracy is the word we. We the people. We shall overcome. Yes, we can. And we've got a message for the me guys. We is more powerful than me. We will protect and restore reproductive freedom. We will secure the border. We'll
Nigga,
protect
you
Medicare.
need to shut the hell up. You've been going on quite far enough, bro. You know, I'm trying to hear you. You're low energy. You don't have him energy. Bro, your eyebrows look like they're getting ready to fly off your damn face. Nobody's really feeling this, bro. It looks like a new Mr. Potato Head that they will create to try to not offend niggas. Like I don't know what I want to call it. Like a race and I don't know what I want to call this Mr. Potato Head, man. It's like a way they will release a Mr. Potato Head without offending the blacks. It's like a new social justice version of Mr. Potato. Like, nigga, you like an acceptable Mr. Potato Head. Shut the hell up.
I'm Anya Cook. This is my husband, Derek, and our daughter, Anaya. 2 years
Now they
ago,
just
a
gonna platform
miscarriage
children. Lord
nearly
help us.
killed
Jesus,
me.
please, Jesus.
At 16 weeks, my doctors told me to
They
prepare for.
they using children. They what I ain't never seen Democrats do. Desperate Jesus.
I miscarried in a bathroom. I'll never forget my husband's face as he tried to stop the bleeding, trying to do what doctors should have been doing. When I reached the hospital, I'd lost nearly half the blood in my body. I can't change the past, but we can choose a different future.
So this is where I'm having a theory that some of these people are cloned because every black man they brought out, pretty much at the entire DNC, doesn't have hair. Obama was like the only motherfucker with hair. Like really, they just keep cloning the same light skinned nigga.
And this is my mother, Gladys. My brother was a U.S. Capitol Police officer, Brian Sicknick, a hero who died after defending our country on January 6th.
What patriot killed a fucking person on January the 6th, bro? Man, what the fuck is going on, man?
My family knows how dangerous Trump is. He incited the crowd while my brother and his fellow officers were putting their lives at risk. We need a real leader, not an autocrat who is stuck in the past. Brian, we miss you every day.
I'm Gail DeBoer.
He had a stroke.
I've had
Wow.
type 1 diabetes since I was
They are actually
11.
lying out their ass. I am getting very
Stressing
triggered.
about
I'm getting very
insulin
mad right
cost
now, guys.
has been a
It's
constant
getting to the
in
point
my
it's starting to get to
life.
me finally. They're literally
President
lying.
Biden and
We didn't
Vice
kill nobody on
President
January 6th.
Harris
This is
have moved
absolutely crazy,
mountains
bro.
to help.
Oh, I gotta stop
Medicare
my blood
can
pressure.
finally
Man, this is
negotiate prescription drug prices. Insulin is capped at $35 for Medicare.
he raised the price of insulin on day one.
And when
That's not even
elected,
being
Kamala Harris
extra. He
plans
actually
to
raised the
extend
price
that
of
cap to
insulin
the
on day
rest
one
of
with an
us.
executive order. Biden did, and they keep bringing up this insulin
That's
thing.
the
I don't know how
future
they can actually
I
screw
want.
people up
That's the future
and run on
I
a campaign
am
to say they're
voting
going to fix the
for.
problems that are created. Politics is strange to me.
I'm Wani Romero, owner and CEO of Mothership Coffee in Las Vegas. I put in work to build my business. When COVID hit, this administration's support kept us moving. I hired staff and we grew. We've more than doubled in size since the pandemic, and it's just not us. Over the last 4 years,
That's called capitalism.
19 million new business applications have been filed.
Something that your people are against.
Like Trump, I grew up in Queens.
She's really
But
talking about
unlike
benefiting from
him,
capitalism.
I built my
And this entire
business
DNC has
with
been talking
grit.
shit about capitalism.
That's my
Can't let this
story.
up.
That's the American
He's bragging
story.
about having a successful
Let's
business.
turn
Though.
the
Fuck
page
you.
on
Fuck
Trump.
your business. That's crazy. These people shut our businesses down, and you think it's okay.
I'm Eric Fitz, and these are my sons, Chris.
I told you guys. What did I
Carter.
say about the blacks tonight? What did I say? They're light skinned and they're bald. They are literally somehow getting these niggas from a cloning facility in Chicago.
My boys, to teach them compassion, accountability, and resilience. I want those values to be reflected in our leaders. I don't want to have to turn off the TV because our president is lobbing insults or telling lies. I'm tired of all of the hate. It's time to move forward together and build a country our kids can be proud of.
The Republican Party started because the Democrats pushed the Kansas-Nebraska Act, which gave slave owners the ability to decide what was legal or not legal for their own slaves. And it was pretty much a house-by-house jurisdiction. Republican Party actually was formed after that to combat the Kansas-Nebraska Act itself. The Republican Party literally was created to combat racism by liberals. It ain't that we need to move forward. What people have to understand, Black Americans need to go back.
Please welcome the Bulls' official drumline, Chicago's own Pack Drumline.
Thank you so much, man. Couple, man, you really are. You're a real one, couple. Like, man, appreciate it, dude. I think let me make sure. Couple has supported me twice with two $10 donations. So a major shout out to couple, man. Let's do a special donation. Shout out for him, not donation. Sorry, I didn't get much sleep. A special shout out to couple's life, man. He's donated $10 twice. Much love to him. That's another reason I'm just loving YouTube. And it ain't the donations, it's the engagement. Like with Twitter, I make a post, and if I comment on my post immediately, it can mess up the algorithm and get it to less people. But on YouTube, I can engage with y'all. I can talk with y'all without any restrictions. This is just, I love this so much more. Being able to actually engage with people without any restrictions. Shuck and Job Convention, you got it right, basically. Super chat is just this thing that they have on YouTube where people donate and they get added to the super chat. Okay. Nick Cannon's having kids right now. Shout out to Richie Jarvis. Much love to Richie. Appreciate you, bro. Hope to be able to have you more with our streams and on our channel and video content, man. We're gonna start doing a lot of things, having some fun on this. Is this the same stream as YouTube? Yeah, this is the same stream as YouTube. But yeah, Richie, we're gonna start doing more video content. I normally post 4 regular videos a day. I've been just testing out the shorts algorithm today, but I'll get back to posting regular videos tomorrow and find more opportunity to live stream. People seem like they're enjoying this format. I'm sure they handicapped drummers. You know, this is the Disabled National Convention. That's what we've coined it, chat. We coined it at the Disabled National Convention here. Wait, are those 2 men doing that? Chat, is that man holding that other man upside down? $69 drum line. This freaky drum line.
Party's not over, Chicago!
Guys, this is crazy how bad the speakers have been tonight. I ain't gonna lie. And I just don't get, like, man, why would y'all use that on the last night? I guess you would have to maintain momentum. It makes sense to have all those hot ones. But they should have just spaced some of the hot people out. It shouldn't have been this bad today. Not on the last way. Hey, shout out to Binary Agent, man. Someone saying that the chat feels like America. Thank you. Freedom of speech, good opinion, and refutes with facts. I like to have some fun, but I do like to add some fact behind it and give us some reference. Hope you're having fun, man. I'm really enjoying myself with the chat. If I hear Bruno Mars one more time.
Say
Freaky drama and Kamala sextet title.
Let me hear you say, oh.
You know, they important flags there. Democrats don't raise American flag. All he got is music now. Oh, Beyonce on the way, y'all. Chat, Beyonce on the way. Chat, did y'all hear me? Chat, Beyonce on the way.
Nice and loud.
Awesome. Glad that you came, Sarah, for all 4 days. That's awesome. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much. You're such a blessing. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys don't understand. This is like, you guys are really motivating me just to make content. I ain't gonna lie, since coming to YouTube, I've been thinking, how can I be more creative? How can I be more entertaining? I always think of when I scroll, and now I've made this transition from viewer to creator. I think, man, how can I give people a good time, especially during this trashy state of politics? So I've just really been honing in on my skills and what I can provide. Making this transition out of tweeting to videos, it's a huge difference. But I'm getting used to it more and more each day. This is after this month, this will officially be my end. After this month will be 3 months of doing video.
And if this is your first convention, let me hear.
The witch already came, chat. That was Hillary Clinton. I can't give Beyonce the witch title. I can't give it to her. There's conspiracies about Beyonce dealing with witchcraft and all, but we got too many proofs for Hillary. So we already had the witch come. The witch has already been here, man.
Hold down this side. No, I cannot forget from where it is that I come from. I cannot forget the people who love me. Yeah, I can be myself here in this small town. And people let me be just what I want to be.
Yeah, I'm working on just being myself. I don't have no character. That was the first part that was pretty hard on YouTube, was just being myself. It's so weird. I was trying so hard to be entertaining, but I found out you become more entertaining when you're just you. People, they're there for personality, and sometimes it's just personality, but they want good content as well. Good content, and sometimes depending on the people, content. So I try to make sure I have content, and entertainment down pat. Am I gonna live stream election day? So listen, brother. I don't know. Melody, I'm so glad you asked that question. What a brilliant question. I'm still so undecided because we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win this election. The live streaming on election day, though, I just might be so emotional. Not no boohoo stuff, I want to make sure I wait till all the polls are in and stuff, because a live reaction, I'll probably get my YouTube banned. If things don't look the way I can't. I don't know how I would react if I ever seen something similar to 2020, even if it's just like a slight scare and then it just he blows him out of the water like I know he will. But I don't want to do no live reaction to the election and I jump to conclusions and lose my mind in front of the whole world. I'll tell you that. Because the thing is, there's some people that do this for money. There's some people that do it for content. Some people have gotten to know me. They can tell I have somewhat of passion about it. It's easy to build up a brand, an audience, whatever, but it's really hard to sell yourself if there's nothing to sell. I genuinely am a conservative. It's crazy. And like I have a history of doing stuff to get by. Like, you know, when I was VP of a record label, we sold shirts that was like F Donald Trump shirts. Now you'll see people that try to expose me with that. I spoke on it. I was selling the shirts. It was no different than me having a job. I just simply did my job. Always been a conservative since I was 6 years old. And I love this. I absolutely love it. I have a real passion for it. So I actually have a personality with it. I actually care about this party. And being passionate, if things didn't go the way we wanted it to during election night, I would act impassioned that night. I wouldn't act like someone that's giving you guys a character to sell you on something to act like I'm a Trump supporter. No, I'm really, really a conservative. I really, really would care. So I would love to give good content, but I'd be very passionate about what will conspire. But I would want to. It just depends on how things looking. I just don't want to end up, like I said, going live and we don't get what we want from that, man. I'm going to show you how passionate I am if they try to rob my president again. Shout out to Jeff Jones. Wow, the tips are really coming in. I didn't even expect tips. You know, this is kind of new to me. Thank you so much for the tip, bro. Help us say the country one video at a time. Thanks a lot, man. Especially being on liberal YouTube, it's an uphill battle. But I tell you what, having amazing patriots and this amazing audience that we're having right here in chat, it's so much easier. Thank you, Farmer. Kid Rock. David, what's wrong with Kid Rock, Dave? Kid Rock, cool people, man. Kid Rock only following like 80 people on Twitter. I'm one of the few. I'm rocking with that. I like Kid Rock, man. Fellow Tennessean. What up, Dead Walt? Appreciate you so much. Imagine Beyonce on Epstein flight log and she's scheduled to sing and speak. That wouldn't matter. They got Bill Clinton that came down. They had Bill Clinton came. How does it get much worse than that, did? Bill Clinton came, bro. And then you got Miss Harvey Weinstein, Hillary Clinton, and Michelle Obama. It don't get much worse, bro. It don't get much worse. Appreciate the tip. Thanks for coming in. Hope that you get a chance to subscribe and get to join me on more of this journey. How white Beyonce is going to look like that. I would say on a scale of 1 through 10, we could see Beyonce being about, in terms of white, I think we'll see a number. I think we'll see a 6. Beyonce can't be too white. You got to remember she's at the DNC, bro. They need her to be as black as possible. They can't have biracial Beyonce here. So they need pro-black Beyonce. They need her to go back to her 2019 era temporarily. One second, chat. While we wait and they play that Living in America, there's promotion. If you guys aren't already, you can follow my YouTube channel right here. I actually am doing some changes to it. I just got this banner put up and I just got this profile picture switched. So I'm getting rid of the black and white profile picture. Finally going with full color, and I got a new header. I like the header a lot. If you guys look at my header, if you see the sides and corners, it's actually got the articles written about me. So it's like the narratives and things like that. Narratives, newspaper. Most of these are well, pretty much all of them are articles that's written about me on the mainstream media. Pretty cool. And it shows us breaking through. I'm just trying to focus on going more and more official, guys. Trying to make this thing look better for you guys. And one thing I love about it, people have been watching my growth with me. You guys have really been with me since day one. I started in 2023. And look where we at already. I was just on 30K something subscribers. I'm sorry, viewers. not
Please
viewers,
stand if you are
followers
able
on
and
Twitter.
welcome winners of 13
And now we're at
Grammy
30K
Awards and
something
the biggest
on
selling
YouTube.
U.S.
We're gonna do
female
it good.
group of
I know
all
we will.
time, the Chicks.
Chat, who's the chick? Am I out of touch? Chat, am I uncultured? Who's the chicks?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stream, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night.
Why is this happening? Hold on, chat. Why are they doing this right now? Shouldn't this happen a lot earlier? For one, it's a horrible rendition, and it's late as shit. Why are they doing this now? This is damn near the end of the DNC before you know it. Who chose to do this now? Why this late in the DNC, bro? George Bush didn't talk yet. George Bush didn't talk.
And the home of the brave.
Thank you, Deb. I'm trying to make it enjoyable for everyone. We're getting through it. It's good to know what they're up to. Like Alex Jones would always say, it's best to know what they're doing and listen to their words from their own mouth. But what a horrible rendition. Thank you so much for that $20 donation. You're freaking awesome. I see that pup. It's definitely going to be used to give my dog some pet food or his beef patties that I make. I try to prep his food when I'm not too busy. But when I'm free, I'll definitely get him this pet food called Bones & Co. It's some keto food. Has the organs and bones. So for any of the pet owners, that's what I like to get my dog. Oh, the woman from Django, Kerry Washington. She played that role perfectly, didn't she? Now I understand why Kerry Washington played a slave on Django. Holy forehead. Bro, her shit got pushed back, gang. Chat, her shit got pushed back.
The last 3 nights have been extraordinary. And tonight, we hear from our next president, Kamala Harris. Now, as I stand here, I know that there are folks on social media already saying, go back to your TV show, shut up and act. But I am not here tonight as an actor. I am here as a mother, as a daughter, as a proud union member. I am here as the granddaughter of immigrants, as a Black woman descended from enslaved people. I am here tonight because I am an American and because I am a voter and because we, the people, are stronger when all our voices are heard. Look, I know that I am the one standing on this stage, but I am not the lead character in this story. You are. All of you. You are the messengers. You are the fixers. Dare I say it, you are the Olivia Popes. You are the superheroes saving this democracy. It is you, not me, who have the greatest power to convince your loved ones to vote. So, just like Michelle Obama told us, let's do something. Let's make a video. Everybody take out your phones. Everybody take out your phones. We're going to make a moment. Can somebody bring me my phone? I want to capture this historic moment and share it with the people that we love. Oh, hi!
Who that nigga, chat? Chat, who was that? Am I missing something? Why is he important, chat?
It's
take this video, guys. We're all gonna take it together. We're gonna post it to social media, text your friends, send this message out into the world. When I say when we fight, you're gonna say
Sergio, thank you so much for the donation,
Are you
Sergio.
ready?
Hold up. I'm trying to be able to pin it, Serge. They won't let me find it, but Sergio sent a tip for $5. Thank you so much, Sergio. Here we go. There we go. Thank you, Serge. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you, bro.
Are you ready for Kamala Harris to win? Good, because when Kamala wins, America wins.
Cap don't care who tells it.
We did it! We did it, Joe. Thank
They
you,
making
Tony.
me cringe.
No, you gotta go.
Bye, everybody.
Tony Goldwyn, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy shit. Holy shit, dude.
Everybody over here, say la.
Together.
This is fucking unbearable, bro. Holy.
For president!
Please welcome Mina Harris, Ella Emhoff, and Helen Hudlin.
Appreciate you so much, Significance of Time.
I'm Mina.
Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate Significant. Shout out to Significance, everyone. I know the Emhoffs are speaking, but Significant is more important at this time. He just shot a donation. We mute the whole chat. Y'all know what time it is. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate your support and love.
My mom, my grandma, and my auntie, who showed me the meaning of service, helping her sister, a 17-year-old single mom, fighting for justice for the American people, and still cooking Sunday family dinner. She guided me. Now she's guiding my own children, and I know she'll guide our country forward.
Kamala came into my life when I was 14. Famously, a very easy time for a teenager.
Chat. That voice
Like a lot of
chat.
young people, I didn't always
All
understand
no
what I
chat.
was
That voice
doing.
chat.
But no matter what, Kamala was there for me.
That voice chat.
She was
Chat. They did something to her. They giving her those pills, chat.
stopped listening to me, and she
They're doing something to Kamala Harris niece, chat. They doing something to her. They did something to her voice, chat. They giving her those pills, those blockers.
Kamala Harris is my godmother. To me, her advice means everything. Whether it's pursuing my passions, making an impact, or finding hope when the world doesn't feel so hopeful. She taught me that making a difference means giving your whole heart and taking action.
She's fighting for economic opportunity, LGBTQ plus equality, and reproductive freedom, because we are not going back.
She's fighting for social justice.
Ain't it crazy how they use the same narratives over and over? It's like they're a talking point, a party of talking points. We're not going back. Joe Biden is the most consequential president of all time. I heard them say consequential president at least 40 times yesterday, and now they're not saying it at all because that was the talking point for the day. It's absolutely disgusting, and it's
Please welcome actor and comedian D.L. Hughley.
this tap dancing ass nigga, man.
Hey now, hey Chicago, how y'all doing? What's happening in California? No, wait, where those AKAs at? Where they at?
You know what? In 3 months, ain't gonna be no living with y'all. I can tell you this. I don't blame Donald Trump for not wanting to debate Kamala. I've been married to a black woman for 40 years and I ain't won one debate. I'm owing 93,000. Now, of course, Trump is saying that Kamala isn't black. I guarantee you this, Kamala's been black a lot longer than Trump's been a Republican. And if he keeps sliding in the polls the way he is, the only way he can keep Kamala out of the White House is if he buys it and refuses to rent it to her. Of course, Kamala's getting broad support. They got black men for Kamala, white men for Kamala, Latinos and Asians for Kamala. They even have Republicans for Kamala. Republicans for Kamala. I guess Donald Trump will finally know what it's like when you get left for a younger woman. All right. But seriously, Kamala knows the truth about the American dream, that hard work is not enough. Hard work alone is not enough to succeed, that you need access and information and opportunity. And she knows that some folks are often denied those very things. As president, she will give each and every one of us a fair shot in life. But I have to admit, I didn't always believe that. I mean, if you told me the 15-year-old me would be on stage supporting a prosecutor and a teacher.
And a prostitution, say it all, nigga.
There is no way that I would have believed you. But because of that, I made assumptions about Kamala's record. And I often repeated them to a lot of people. Then one day, Kamala invited me to her house. She put her hand on my shoulder and she asked me to do some research. Something I had never done. Something a lot of people I know had never done before. Imagine attacking someone's character.
Listen to this. Hold on, chat. Why in the fuck should we listen to this stupid ass nigga if he just confirmed to us that the first time he's ever sat there and researched was when Kamala Harris told his stupid black ass to do so? Nigga, ain't no one about to listen to no one that stupid. Shut. There we go. Same narrative. Oh man, I messed up. I'm sorry. Dang, I messed it up. He was just saying that we won't go back the whole time.
Energy in this room is electric. And you can feel it everywhere, all over the country.
He did set us back, bro.
In the coming weeks, I want us to find ways to maintain this energy and this joy and this commitment, because there will be days when the work ahead seems impossible. And when that happens, I know what I do. I get involved. I get engaged. I ask myself, how can I be of service to my community? Because community is why we do this. Am I right? Yes, we do this for our children.
Why are you back on stage, bro? You're not an A-lister.
For our teachers.
Why are you back on stage, bro? Why is she back on stage? That's crazy. What is she back for?
We thrive. We do this for the planet and for each other. We do this for justice and for peace and for democracy. And as we are about to hear, we do this for the safety of our communities.
Another commercial chat.
Please welcome Genesee County, Michigan Sheriff Chris Swanson.
My job is to protect people, all people. In 2020, righteous anger spilled over into the streets of Flint, Michigan.
This fucking cop,
One-
I promise you guys, I'm not bullshitting you. This cop, 10 out of 10, has a dominatrix. He legit has a woman that straps him down and whoops his ass with a leather, with a leather whip. I'm dead ass. Look, bro, I would bet almost everything I have. This cop is getting dominated by a woman. This cop, they're always built like him. They're built just like him. I'm sure there's some females in here that can confirm it. If I'm wrong, hey, call it cap. They're built just like that nigga. Don't believe this dude. It's all cap. One second, chat. Fixing camera. I'm still here with y'all, chat. There they go with the pandering, man. Right on point. My bad, chat. Chat. We have some audio issues, chat. Apologies.
And we will elect leaders like Kamala Harris, who won't just empathize, but will act.
We back, chat. We back, chat. We back. We are live.
Please welcome former Arizona Representative Gabby Giffords.
Hello, fellow Americans! I'm Gabby Giffords. I was born in the great state of Arizona! Can beat the gun lobby. She can fight gun trafficking. Kamala stood up to Wall Street and the drug company. She will protect abortion access. She will defend our freedom. She saved lives. Join me in voting for Kamala Harris. Bravo! Thank you. Woo!
Don't know why, but I feel like
when I got to introduce her when she spoke at my high school about gun violence. Parkland happened, and all I could think about is that I wanted to keep my kids safe.
On July 4th, 2022, I was next in line to walk in the Highland Park Independence Day Parade when gunshots erupted. 7 people were shot and killed, and 48 more were injured.
Vice President Harris has been a gun sense champion since she was our California AG.
We have 2 options in November. We have Kamala Harris, who has already proven her leadership in the Biden-Harris administration. They passed the first ever comprehensive gun reform in 30 years. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has cozied up to the NRA and the gun lobby.
I have full confidence in Vice President Harris that she's dedicated to and committed to finding a solution.
Please welcome 3-time Grammy-winning singer-songwriter and global pop icon, Pink.
We're searchlights, we can see in the dark. We are rockets pointed up at the stars. We are billions of beautiful hearts. They sold us down the river too far. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answer? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? Oh, what about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? to be solved. We are children that need to be loved. We were willing, we came when you called. But man, you fooled us. Enough is enough. Oh, what about us? What about all the times you said you had
Literally is the first time I put the crowd to sleep.
What about us?
The crowd is still dead.
All the broken happy ever afters. What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? Sticks and stones, they may break these bones, but then are you ready? Are you ready? I don't want control, I want to let go. I'll be ready. 'Cause now it's time to let them know. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answers? So what about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? What about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? What about love? What about trust? What about us? What about us? What about us? What about us?
Global security
Where do they go with these commercials,
and global prosperity
man? Boy, this is torture.
depend on the leadership of the United States of America. And a strong America remains indispensable to the world. Our
favorite song.
democratic ideals of freedom and liberty inspire billions, and our military is the strongest in the world. Our military is a force that underwrites global stability and our national security.
Please welcome Arizona Senator Mark Kelly.
Hello, Chicago. Hello, Democrats. So, President Obama had to follow Michelle. I had to follow Gabby and Pink. Gabby amazes me every single day. She was able to walk out and address you tonight because she's a fighter. And thanks to a team of doctors, nurses, and especially her speech therapist. We all need a team. I've flown into space 4 times. I've flown into combat nearly 40 times. Not once did I do that by myself. It took a team to accomplish a mission. It always does. I flew in the Navy during the first Gulf War. America rallied our allies to kick out a tyrant who invaded a neighbor. Today, Vladimir Putin is testing whether we're still that strong. Iran, North Korea, and especially China watch closely. What's Trump's answer? He invited Russia to do, and these are his words, not mine, whatever the hell they want. Vice President Harris has always championed America's support for NATO, for Ukraine, and for the Ukrainian people. On the Senate Intelligence Committee, she investigated Russian interference in our election. She defends free and fair elections everywhere. You already know how Trump feels about those. Donald Trump skipped his intelligence briefings. He was too busy sucking up to dictators and dreaming of becoming one himself. Trump thinks that Americans
He looks
who have
like the
made
alien in
ultimate
the Avengers
sacrifice
Secret Wars.
are suckers and losers. If we fall for that again and make him the commander-in-chief, the only suckers would be us. Kamala Harris knows that standing with our allies means standing up for Americans. She'll keep modernizing our military to support our troops and to support our veterans like our next Vice President, Tim Walz. The world laughs at Trump, literally. But folks, it is not funny. When he was president, that meant the world was laughing at us. The threats we face are too serious. The sacrifices our service members make are too sacred. The alliances we've spent decades building are too critical. That's what's at stake now. And the choice isn't even close. But in Arizona and nationwide, this election will be.
This dude really about to put me the hell to sleep, y'all.
We'll win in the same way we launch rockets into space and land fighter jets on an aircraft carrier as one team on one mission.
He really would have been AVP pick. I see why
State
they
by
didn't.
state, voter by voter, coming together. No country is better than ours at solving big problems. So, on November 5th, let's prove that America is still the leader the world needs today by electing the leader we need right now, Kamala Harris. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Please welcome former Secretary of Defense Leon Panetta.
I've looked into the eyes of our warriors and deployed them into battle. I gave the order directing our special operations forces to fly 2 helicopters 150 miles into Abbottabad at night. And by the time the sun rose, Osama bin Laden was dead. Because nobody attacks our country and gets away with it. Nobody. That's what our warriors do. That's what our warriors do. Our warriors need a tough, cool-headed commander-in-chief to defend our democracy from tyrants and terrorists. We need Kamala Harris behind the resolute desk. She knows a tyrant when she sees one. And our allies know a leader when they see one. On the Senate Intelligence Committee and as vice president, she worked with more than 150 world leaders. She's looked our allies in the eye and said, America has your back. Trump would abandon our allies and isolate America. We tried that in the 1930s. It was foolish and dangerous then, and it's foolish and dangerous now. Listen to President Reagan. President Reagan, isolationism never was and never will be an acceptable response to tyrannical governments. Never. Trump tells tyrants like Putin they can do whatever the hell they want. Kamala Harris tells tyrants, the hell you can, not on my watch. She's worked with President Zelensky to fight back against Russia. She knows that protecting their democracy protects our democracy as well. Look, Donald Trump does not understand the world, and he does not understand the service and sacrifice of our military. Our fallen veterans are not suckers. They are not losers. They are our heroes. Kamala Harris will honor our veterans. And in Tim Walz, we will have a vice president who has served in uniform honorably for 24 years. Kamala Harris understands this moment. It is a moment of danger and a moment of opportunity. She'll keep America's military the strongest in the world, the strongest ever known. And she understands what our military is for. The role of our military is to defend us from foreign enemies. It is not to threaten Americans, and it sure as hell isn't to put immigrants in camps. Every president since World War II, Republican and Democrat, has shared the belief that America must protect democracy in the world. Every president has honored our veterans and their sacrifices. Every president but one. So we face a critical choice: to vote for someone who stands with our military and stands up for democracy, or someone who will disrespect our heroes and undermine our democracy.
It's been, you guys are making
My
it so
fellow
bearable
Americans,
to be able to do this.
there is
Because I'll tell you what, it sucks. And like I said before, I love X, but being able to engage with people in video, it's just so much easier to get to know you.
Let me tell you something.
And everyone get a chance to really get to know me.
When she takes
So I've been enjoying it
her
myself,
oath
man.
of
It's just
office,
thankful to actually have
as
you to
she
be able to follow me.
this
I'm there for this
January.
on this journey. Hopefully we make some great moments here, just as I have on X, whatever.
Our allies
Looking
will
forward to the future
cheer.
once again.
Our enemies will fear. And we will have a commander-in-chief that we can trust. God bless our veterans, and God bless our country.
Please welcome Arizona Representative Ruben Gallego.
Welcome, Christina. So happy to have you here.
I'm a dad, husband, congressman, and the proudest Arizonan you'll ever meet. But I am even prouder to be a Marine. Rah! My mom raised us alone on a secretary's salary. I slept on the floor. I worked every job I could: meat packing, construction, making pizzas. I made it to Harvard with no money or connections. Other kids were happy because they were at Harvard. I was happy because I finally had a mattress. Then I enlisted, fought alongside my brothers with Lima 325 in Iraq. They called us Lucky Lima, but our luck ran out. We saw some of the heaviest combat of the war. And when we got home, the government failed to help us readjust. We have a duty to care for our patriots who serve our nation. For the Vietnam veteran and Buckeye who relies on the VA for his medication. For the Afghan veteran in Pittsburgh who finally got treatment for his PTSD. For the Marine in Milwaukee who relies on the benefits she earned. For my Navajo brothers and sisters who serve the Marines with me, I remember you too.
He does have some comically small hands.
Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are fighting for them. Kamala Harris has delivered more benefits to more veterans than ever before, and has achieved the lowest veterans unemployment rate in history. Vice President Harris has stood up for us and our families always. Tim Walz served for 24 years. His passion for veterans earned him respect on both sides of the aisle, and he stands with us too. In fact,
If you guys want to get your comments seen more, YouTube comments take priority on it. Plus, it's not the red, so it's a lot easier to see those than the X. But red's the first color that we see.
these veterans represent the best of our country. We stand united as veterans, Democrats, and patriots to fight for everyone who serves. But politicians like Donald Trump, they don't stand with us. They call patriots
We just saw
like
the
Senator
helicopter hand
losers.
cameo just there from a black guy. That's diversity and inclusion.
John McCain was an American hero. Show some respect. Trump's Project 2025 will slash veteran benefits and force VA hospitals to close across the nation. Show some respect. So, for the 18-year-old who decides to enlist, for the families like mine who prayed every night that their loved one would come home, for our troops stationed thousands of miles away, for my Marines of Lima Company, let's elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, who don't just respect our service, but revere it. Because the veterans who defended this country aren't just the reason we can sleep at night. They're the reason we can dream. And together, we'll fight for our veterans and everyone who served our country. Thank you.
Disabled National Convention. I've said it once. I've said it twice. Damn it, I'll say it a third time. This is the worst DNC. This is the worst one day for it easily.
Please welcome.
I'm so sorry you can't maintain it. It is horrible and it's boring. Oh my God, Gretchen Whitmer, I cannot blame you for leaving. Michigan in the house.
I'm Governor Gretchen Whitmer. In Lansing, they call me Governor. But in Detroit, they call me Big Gretch. Donald Trump called me that woman from Michigan as an insult. Being a woman from Michigan is a badge of honor. Like women across America, we just GSD. Get stuff done.
Thank you, Edward. Appreciate it. Thanks a
At
lot, brother.
29, she gets us. She sees us. She is us. Look, we've all lived through a lot of history over the past few years. Floods and fires, an attempted coup, a plot.
Yeah, cool.
and a
Y'all did it to Joe
pandemic.
Biden.
It's exhausting. We don't know what the next 4 years will bring. But what we do know is this. Through it all, your life won't stop.
I see Gretchen
You're
got
gonna
rid of
have
the
to
gray
get to
hairs. She used to
pick up
look
the
like a
kids,
Reed
and
Richards
pay your
from a
bills.
multi-universe.
And then one day, when you're just trying to get everyone
We'll
out
go
the
Gretchen
door,
Whitmer,
a news alert
Ray
goes
Street.
off. Something happened.
You can't tell me that's not Reed
Something
Richards.
hit the fan. You'll ask, is my family going to be okay? And then you'll ask, who the hell is in charge?
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris,
What
dumbass.
if it's him? What if it's
Love you too.
that
Can't
man
blame you.
from Mar-a-Lago? I know in a crisis, we need someone strong enough to come up with a plan, to tell the truth, and to bring people together. Right now, before the crisis,
She was the one
is when
that we had the
we get
kidnap
to
event.
choose. Why wouldn't we choose the leader who's tough tested, and a total badass.
That's really Trump. Tested. Everything I threw at him, he's been shot. She's not Kamala's not a badass. So.
I know who I want as our commander-in-chief. America, let's choose Kamala Harris.
Fish for Red Lobster.
Please welcome
Yes,
actress,
she was the one that was
director, and
kidnapped.
philanthropist Eva Longoria.
What?
Hello, Chicago! Yes! I am so excited to be here tonight. What an honor to be part of this historic moment, and y'all are part of it. Look, I have known Kamala Harris for more than a decade, and she comes from a family a lot like mine, and I'm sure a lot like you.
Many thanks to Hayden. Sent the $5 donation. I'm trying to see if I can find them. Boom, there you go, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that support, man. It'd be very, it ain't like, I've worked regular jobs like everyone else. So I don't ever want to say it's tough because there's people that's going in, clocking in. It's never going to be as tough as that. But I tell you, since you're your own, in charge of your own self, you have to keep yourself motivated to make sure you constantly elevate. And these comments and your support, that helps me stay motivated. And it helps me provide better content. And in the end, we elevate. Because one thing about my brand, even like when I've donated thousands to my Twitter followers. If you guys have been following me for some time, some of you probably actually been beneficiaries of my donations. I believe in we. When I speak about audience, it's not just me, it's a we thing. We did this together.
Adam Kinzinger.
Oh my God. Wow. It's fucking Howard. This backstabbing weasel. This.
Hey, good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Adam Kinzinger, and I am proud to be in the trenches with you as part of this sometimes awkward alliance that we have to defend truth, defend democracy, and decency. I was just a kid when I was drawn to the party of Ronald Reagan, to his vision of a strong America, the shining city on a hill. I was a Republican for 12 years in Congress, and I still hold on to the label. I never thought I'd be here, but listen, you never thought you'd see me here, did you? But I've learned something about the Democratic Party, and I want to let my fellow Republicans in on the secret. The Democrats are as patriotic as us. They love this country just as much as we do. And they are as eager to defend American values at home and abroad as we conservatives have ever been. I was relieved to discover that because I've learned something about my party too, something I couldn't ignore. The Republican Party is no longer conservative. It has switched its allegiance from the principles that gave it purpose to a man whose only purpose is himself. Donald Trump is a weak man pretending to be strong. He is a small man pretending to be big. He's a faithless man pretending to be righteous. He's a perpetrator who can't stop playing the victim. He puts on, listen, he
He puts on quite a show, but there is no real strength there. As a conservative and a veteran, I believe true strength lies in defending the vulnerable. It's in protecting your family. It's in standing up for our Constitution and our democracy. That is the soul of being a conservative. It used to be the soul of being a Republican, but Donald Trump has suffocated the soul of the Republican Party. His fundamental weakness has coursed through my party like an illness, sapping our strength, softening our spine, whipping us into a fever that has untethered us from our values. Our democracy was frayed by the events of January 6th, as Donald Trump's deceit and dishonor led to a siege on the United States Capitol. That day, I stood witness to a profound sorrow, the desecration of our sacred tradition of peaceful transition of power, tarnished by a man too fragile, too vain, and too weak to accept defeat. How can a party claim to be patriotic if it idolizes a man who tried to overthrow a free and fair election? How can a party claim to stand for liberty if it sees a fight for freedom in Ukraine, an attack pitting tyranny against democracy, a challenge to everything our nation claims to be, and it retreats, it equivocates, it nominates a man who is weirdly obsessed with Putin, and his running mate who said, quote, "I don't care what happens in Ukraine." Yeah, and he wants to be vice president. Yeah. How can a party claim to be conservative when it tarnishes the gifts that our forebears fought for? Men like my grandfather, who served in World War II, who believed in a cause bigger than himself, and he risked his life for it behind enemy lines. To preserve American democracy, his generation found the courage to face down armies. Listen, all we're asked to do is to summon the courage to stand up to one weak man. It's the bedrock that separates us from tyranny, and when that foundation is fractured, we must all stand together, united, to strengthen it. If you think those principles are worth defending, then I urge you, make the right choice. Vote for our bedrock values and vote for Kamala Harris. God bless you.
Please welcome lawyer, policy advocate, and sister of the Vice President, Maya Harris.
Hello, Chicago. In 1958, a 19-year-old from India left the only country she'd ever known to chart her own path in America. She came here to pursue an education, but she stayed here to build a life. Her name was Dr. Kamala Gopalan Harris. But we called her Mommy. Mommy was so many things to so many people: a civil rights activist, a scientist, a devoted mother to her two little girls. But most of all, Mommy was a trailblazer who defied the odds and defined herself. And when it came to Kamala and me, Mommy had great expectations for us, but she had even greater expectations of us. She raised us to believe that we could be and do anything. And we believed her. You see, Mommy understood the power and the possibility that come with knowing and showing
who you truly are. She knew we could be the authors of our own stories, just as she'd been the author of her own. Mommy's journey and the opportunity that she wanted for Kamala and me, that's a distinctly American story. We may all have different histories, different struggles, or different perspectives, but what binds us together is the fervent desire to be free, to fulfill our God-given potential. Kamala's entire life has been about fighting for each of us to have that freedom. And like so many Americans, Kamala knows what it's like to be underestimated and be counted out. She knows what it's like to be the underdog and yet still beat the odds. And now she has created so much electricity, so much optimism, so much joy throughout the nation, and it is why we need her leadership in this historic moment. Our Democratic nominee, my big sister, the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Please welcome North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper.
Hello, America. I'm Roy Cooper, the last guy standing between you and the moment we're all waiting for. So I'm going to get right to it. All week, you've heard stories about my friend Kamala. I want to take you behind the scenes of one of them. 2011 was a rough time for American homeowners. Hundreds of thousands were losing their homes to illegal foreclosure. I was Attorney General in North Carolina, while Kamala had just become California's. All the AGs were close to a settlement with the big banks, and it was a pretty good deal. Would have meant $4 billion for California families who'd been ripped off. I know that sounds like a lot, but Kamala said, hang on a minute. I've met these families. I know what they've been through, and they deserve more. She went toe-to-toe with some of the world's most powerful executives, and she refused to give in. Let me tell you, this was a huge risk, but she knew it was a risk worth taking. That's Kamala. And we all know what happened. The banks caved. That $4 billion for California families became $20 billion. That was the first time I witnessed Kamala in action. And what I saw was a leader who does exactly what she says she's going to do, who never will settle for less. America, we got a lot of big fights ahead of us, and we've got one hell of a fighter ready to take them on. I know that because I know her. And tonight, I want the American people to know, even if you don't agree with her on everything, Kamala Harris will fight for you to the very end. For families who need better health care or a safer place to live, Kamala will fight for you. For parents who want better schools for their kids, for workers worried about a secure retirement for themselves, Kamala will fight for you. For any one of our allies anywhere in the world wondering if America still has your back, Remember this, Kamala will fight for you. And when she fights,
Cap.
we win. Kamala's ready. Kamala's ready. The question is, are we? Are we going to stand up and fight for Kamala like she'll stand up and fight for us?
What's going on so long, McCall? So,
all right.
on my
You're ready.
professional camera.
My home state of North Carolina, stand up. Stand up, Pennsylvania. Stand up, Michigan.
As everyone lays
Stand
down.
up, Wisconsin. Stand up, Georgia.
You can't tell people to stand up if you're just doing it like that, bro.
Stand up, Arizona.
Like that nigga got no energy. You gotta be hyped to tell people
Are
to
we
stand up.
gonna stand up? Are we gonna fight? Are we gonna vote? Are we gonna win? You bet we are. Let's go get them.
Good luck. Y'all gonna need it. Do you know she's been polling worse each day at the DNC? It's doing the exact opposite.
She grew up in a tight-knit neighborhood. It was the kind of place where your neighbor would look after you when school let out, where your first grade teacher would show up at your law school graduation. It's where Kamala Harris learned what it means to be in the middle class, making every paycheck count. She was raised by a working mom who taught her about standing up for what's right and protecting the people you love.
Kamala carries the lessons of our mother, the fighting spirit of our mother, the
More commercials.
compassion.
She was all of 5 feet tall. If you met her, you would have thought she was 7 feet tall. And our mother, if I'd ever come home complaining about anything, she wouldn't have it. The first thing she'd say is, well, just stop the complaining. Just tell me what you're going to do about it.
And since she was a young girl, Kamala Harris has been fighting for families like the ones she grew up with.
That is Kamala. She can't help herself from standing up for people and standing up for what she thinks is right. She has been that way our whole lives. Being a protector is what led her to become a prosecutor. Looking back now, I could say it was her calling.
As a courtroom prosecutor, she went after predators who targeted women and children, and fraudsters who ripped off working families. And she put dangerous gang members and human traffickers behind bars.
We didn't have partnerships with DOJ or FBI or DEA or any of those law enforcement agencies. Now we all work collaboratively. She was the person who built the foundation in how we do criminal justice in America.
As Attorney General of California, she held the big Wall Street banks accountable for fraud, winning $20 billion for California families. She took on one of the largest for-profit colleges that was scamming students. And in the Senate, she fought for her constituents with the determination of a prosecutor, standing up for reproductive freedom.
Can you think of any laws that give the government the power to make decisions about the male body?
I'm not a
How you need to hide in a closet or crouch in a corner in the event that there is a mass shooter. Look at that. Look at that.
On the Intelligence Committee, she defended our nation against foreign adversaries.
It sounds like an Office
And
episode.
in 2020, she made history as the first woman to be elected vice president of the United States.
They keep rehashing the
She
same
cast
stuff
the
over and
tie-breaking
over
vote
again.
to deliver urgent relief to the American people.
It's their
during the
second time
pandemic.
showing this stuff. It's just
She
different
beat
music.
Big Pharma to lower prescription drug costs and cap the cost of insulin, and led the fight to restore reproductive rights after Roe v. Wade was overturned.
We have worked too hard and fought too long to see our daughters grow up in a world with fewer rights than our mothers.
Because she's never been afraid to stand up to powerful interests.
Sometimes people will open the door for you and leave it open. Sometimes they won't. And then you need to kick that door down. Excuse my language.
Now, she's running for president, still fighting for families like the one she grew up with.
Our campaign is about saying we trust the people. We're saying we just want fairness. We want dignity for all people. And we are a work in progress. We haven't yet quite reached all of those ideals.
last camera
But
died.
we will die trying because we love our country. We believe in our country. We're not falling for these folks who are trying to divide us, trying to pull us apart. We know what we stand for, and we stand for the people, and we stand for the dignity of work, and we stand for freedom. We stand for justice. We stand for equality. And so we will fight for all of it.
That's who Kamala Harris is. That's who she believes. And that's what she'll fight for every day.
What? So no Beyonce, no what you call it?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. No Beyonce, no Taylor Swift. Do they just bait and switch America? Where's Beyonce? Bro, if this was what they had, this was horrible. No way. Oh wow, they down bad. That's why they playing her music nonstop. It's making it harder for me to edit it. Like it's hard to keep these live on YouTube. I have to edit out all the music. This is crazy. Wow. Kamala Harris. They're still playing a Beyonce song. This is the closest we got to Beyonce. Mhm.
Good evening.
They didn't have Beyonce come. I'm so tired of seeing these two. I'm so tired of seeing these two. What a special guest, darling. Man claimed George Bush was coming. Dang, that actually hurts them more. The fact that people thought Beyonce was coming, it hurts them more. Because them not coming is it speaks volumes, you know. Appreciate all you guys for the support. This has been very fun. I'm about to start finding some more excuses to live stream. At least start setting up a schedule for like at least every weekend or something. I can start switching to live streaming on the weekend and do posts on videos during the week. It's been very fun. Yeah, man. We're gonna keep doing this. My pleasure. It's tough to host because this really sucked. I wouldn't have watched this myself, to be honest. They helped me keep the post out fast. They didn't bring no one. I'm gonna start promoting my YouTube channel on X now. I have my links everywhere. What? I didn't know. That's that many comments we got on chat. That's insane. Dang. Wow. Amazing, guys. We have a great thing. It's just the chat is nothing without the community. You guys build the community. I'm just the host. That's it. You guys are the ones that make the audience. My pleasure, man. You gotta laugh to keep from crying. That's what they say. They just keep playing this Beyonce song, so I haven't muted. I'm waiting for this to end. It's like, man, they just overdoing the Beyonce song because they don't have anything. So yeah, this is pretty much it. This was a horrible way to end it because everyone that was expecting those big stars, it automatically looked like they don't have that much faith in her. So that's crazy. They're going to put the weight of who came versus who didn't. And the biggest speaker was Adam Kinzinger, the one that would really get the most attention and comments. So it'll be interesting to see where we go from here. If the mainstream media was fact checking them before, they're gonna have to go double time now because a presidential candidate just straight lied about Trump on stage. So we'll see where it goes, man. You guys stay in touch. Check out my YouTube channel. And we've been growing pretty quick. 2 months, it's about 3 months now. It's about to be 3 months in, but pretty much 2 months in. We at 38.3. Wow. So yeah, let everyone know, man, there's YouTube now. We're gonna bring out some content. We're gonna keep this interesting. The bigger it gets, the better it gets. I promise. Thanks everyone. I'll talk to you guys later.